That don't look like no Honda.
I don't think he's even here
What you
right now.
riding in? Let's see what your car look like.
Yeah, hold on, wait. I want to see the
550.
What's that?
A little Kia Sorano.
Benz.
Let me see what you rolling in, Jonesy Jones.
He got a
Little
cocaine.
Kia Sorano. That's
I
what that
see
is.
the house. I see the
Hold on,
house.
first of all, this nigga don't even have a fucking. He don't even have a ceiling in his house. This nigga just got.
Right?
This nigga just got sections of air and shit above your head.
You ain't even got
His whole house is just floating and shit.
He lives in a and then he jumped into something that was so smooth and clean. It had to be clean because you got in without having to do too much ducking.
Hold on, we'll know if it's cool or not if he turn a key. Do we turn it?
No,
he didn't no key. He didn't even push him. He didn't even push the start button. He didn't push start.
Get up.
Shit, nigga, I got my cape out in public. Let me turn it. Let me move it to the side so I don't look at it. There we go.
Did he say whoosh it to the side?
Yeah,
like a ponytail?
I just moved to the side like a ponytail. Makes me feel.
Ponytail. Hey, that dude, he live in a gated community. You know, he don't want to scare the white folks.
Yeah, he's walking around with his flap out.
Yeah,
no, man, I got a pony. I got it as a ponytail.
But he got the flap out on the do-rag.
Hey, you don't even
look like you about to commit a crime. They don't think you about to rob the spot.
Goodness gracious.
That's that. What is that? Jewel Santana.
Oh,
that's how he used to rock it. Yeah. With the do-rag hanging. He got it from me though. You know, I told Jules about it one time when he was in Minnesota doing a concert. You know, he seen my hat. Oh man, I told him don't do that. He said he forgot he had it. You know.
How you forget you got a pistol?
That's a great question.
You can if you carry it around all the time.
Well, I'll tell you.
Again, how you forget you got a pistol?
Conte used to forget his. He used to be like, damn, I got this shit on my hip. If you're just used to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was used. Y'all never knew.
I know you got one now. I'm just saying though. I definitely have walked into the post office with my gun.
I done brought that to church plenty of times. I had no clue.
Yeah, you definitely can. You can definitely have it.
I ain't nobody, bro. You seen them white people acting crazy in church? Running up into them churches, shooting that stuff up. I'm the usher. I'm gonna usher them right into heaven.
What? What?
In Jesus' name. Pow!
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh no, I can't do it. Damn
what
it.
you trying to do?
I was trying to turn the camera. I was trying to turn the camera around.
Oh.
What you see?
So we can see what you see. Yeah, we can see what you see.
Use your hand.
No, because then she gonna know. She gonna know when you videotaping her if you do that.
You can just pretend you're trying to show us something in the air.
My man, I appreciate you. All right. No, where you go? That's how you go to jail. That's like creeper status.
Yeah.
Scooby, what you would do if you was walking through the grocery store and you just see a nigga just turn his camera around and filming you? No, thank you, sir. You
no, you're not. You're gonna be mad as hell.
Yeah, you are.
It depends on how I look. If I'm cute, I'm gonna turn up. Like
hey, Dez gonna be getting them underskirt videos. He just dropped his phone on the floor. It's sliding.
Underskirt videos.
You the anonymous creeper on the
Right.
line.
Oh, man.
You heard about Brittany Griner?
Yeah.
Wow.
What happened?
Yeah.
She got arrested in Russia.
Bullshit, though.
Yeah, she got arrested in Russia.
Who is Brittany Griner, you guys? I'm
She a basketball player for the Phoenix Mercury.
Yep.
And why did she get arrested?
She had a vape.
A vape?
With hashish in the cartridges.
What hashish? What is that? Weed?
Weed. Yep. She had cannabis oil.
And she got arrested in Russia. They have like camps.
Yeah, but that was.
She worked in Russia. Yeah, she worked in Russia.
Like their jails are scary.
Hey, what's the girl's name, man? She plays for the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Wings.
Does Skylar Diggins play for the Wings?
Skylar Diggins. That's my future baby mama right there.
She was fine in college. She always been fine. Candace Parker's fine too.
She grew into her fine.
He's a fine man. What about LL Cool J, guys? He was fine.
Nigga, he don't play WNBA. We talking about WNBA players right now.
What about
What the hell does LL Cool J have to do with this? We know LL fine. That nigga been fine for 40 years. Okay, I give it to LL Cool J. He got it.
The right one.
He got it.
He could play ball if we asked him.
Man, listen.
Oh, I don't know if you know this chick. She just got traded to the LA Sparks. She was on the Vegas Aces though. Her name is Liz Cambridge.
Do I what? Hold on, wait.
Cambridge.
First of all, I got 2 subscriptions to her OnlyFans just in case one of my subscriptions goes down.
Wait, hold on. Liz Cambridge got an OnlyFans?
She definitely has an OnlyFans, son.
Talking about the Lakers, the LA Sparks.
Do people who have OnlyFans do normal stuff on there too?
Yes, unfortunately they do.
You said unfortunately. Okay. So
yes.
if I get an OnlyFans, it don't
you
have
can get
to
fam, you can have an OnlyFans. If you got titties, I would recommend every woman to get an OnlyFans. Because you could be on OnlyFans cooking chicken, fam. As long as you got a tight shirt on, you could be cooking chicken. You ain't got to be looking like a hoe. You could just be dressed sexy, and niggas is gonna pay you to watch you cook chicken, fam.
No, that does not work. It's not true.
It is true.
I had 200.
I got the court records to prove it.
My TikTok.
It's not very profitable.
I've been clowning for 2 days.
It's not very profitable.
I started getting likes.
It don't work for everybody.
I get paid to go to do this shit.
It don't work for everybody. But shout out to those that try.
Check this out.
Hey,
shit.
It don't work for everybody. Just try. Don't work for everybody.
Oh, damn. Hey, Bernita, I'm gonna tell you when we talk about it later.
No, you can sell it now.
Whoa.
You can sell it now.
Reggie, you had an OnlyFans or something?
No.
Why was you laughing so hard, Dennis? You alright over there?
Because that shit was fucking hilarious. What the fuck you mean, nigga?
He said everybody can't do it.
Because at first, nigga, you was like, that's not true. And I was like, this nigga got some statistics? Like, this nigga Google this shit? Oh, gosh. And the niggas that trust me, I know. I was like, I get it.
Court documentation.
Oh, man. That was fucking great. All right, y'all. Let me switch to my computer. I'm ready.
You think you young Memphis, don't you?
Man, who you think you got?
You walking through the crowd like you
she was
young
walking
Memphis.
through the crowd, right?
Yeah, like she was young Memphis. Hold on, wait. That's BSE Mom, not BSE Memphis. What's going on
Wait,
here?
y'all don't know. On my birthday, and that was last night, I had a blast. And they do karaoke every other Friday, and it's a nice little uptown sedity little spot. So we was laughing. Me and Sharon was loaded because it's a lot of. You can tell they got education. They're dressed, pretty nice, and it's a nice crowd, and the white people and black people and all that. So we're loaded. So on our TikTok, we said, there's a whole lot of Reggies in this motherfucker. Hey!
Damn.
What's a Reggie?
I was just like, I'm going to pull me a real man. My brother would be proud. I'm around him.
Oh, a Reggie. Oh, Reggie. Okay.
Because it's a lot of like you and Des, and it was a whole lot of y'all up in there. I was like, okay, we'll come back over here. I might come home with something I'll be proud to show y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be a thought. I'm trying to be a thought.
Yeah. But not the thought version of you guys, but the
There's
sophisticated
a whole lot of Reggies
version.
in this.
That's what we said. We was like, there's a whole lot of Reggies in this mother. But when I was walking to the crowd afterwards, Trump was like, look at them dudes over there. They're just looking and staring. And I was like, Just let them stare. Of course, we got drinks bought all night long.
There you go.
But that's normal. That's nothing.
Like, yeah, just take one more sip.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Take one more sip.
If the dude buy you a drink,
somebody did try to. Shirai had to go to the bathroom, but we had food and drinks. I'm like, you go to the bathroom. I watched her food and drink. She came back like they was trying to get me to go with her. I was just like, no.
Do you feel obligated to talk to a man or give a man conversation if he buys you a drink?
No.
Really? Interesting.
Not at all.
What?
It'd be funny.
That's rude as hell.
No, just like the other night. So last night it was like this. About 2
I'll
nights
buy you a
ago.
drink. We going home together.
There was
that
like
night.
last night we had one dude on one side buying drinks and the other dude on the other side buying drinks. And then before the night's over, he was like, "Did you want to drink?" Like they have drink buying competitions. You know what I'm saying? Like who wants our attention or who whatever. Yeah, keep buying them. Whatever. We got cups upside down. Can I get a ticket? I'll bring this back. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't drink all this tonight. So you get your little ticket and you come back with your tickets from them. One dude the other night was just like a ticket. I was like, I got 3 cups upside down. I don't need another drink tonight, but I'm going to take the ticket. Thank you for paying for the ticket. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back the next night.
Hold on, wait. So that bar give you a ticket? Hold on, I never heard of that, though. That's kind of dope. So when dudes buy you drinks, you be like, I ain't finna be drinking that. They're like, all right, when you come back, I'll give you the drink when you come back next time.
Right, you just bring the ticket back with you to the bar and you got a drink paid for. So when I go to the bar, I always get my own first drink, right? But before that drink is over, somebody's always either sitting next to me, want to sit or staring, or they done sent it over to me. And then the bartender will put a cup in front of you upside down and let you know you got another one coming.
Hey, let me tell you what. If I buy you a drink, we go together. and I make it clear from the onset. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm buy you a drink, but if I buy you this drink, just know we go together. So those are the terms and conditions. You need to figure out if you want it or not. How bad you want this drink?
The opposite. I'll buy you a drink to leave you the hell alone. Man, you sip on this. I'll be right back. Pew!
That's the thing when they buy drinks and they want to follow you around.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Because you know if I like you, you'll buy me the drink and I'll let you sit down and I'll sit down and we good. But if you buy me a drink and I'm like, thank you, and then I move around, thank you.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if I ever did that
actually ever like bought someone a drink. It was to be nice because they were struggling at the bar. Like I've never bought somebody a drink to holler at them. Like you can listen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I don't think I ever did that.
Like that type of stuff. You have a good night, and then I keep it moving. Like I was never that. Yo, let me buy you a drink. Let me holler at you for what? I'm cool.
That's all they do is buy drinks and want to have conversations.
No.
Bro, like
hey,
really?
Reg and I used to do karaoke. We used to. I used to be RL, and he was a skinny nigga.
Word. The skinny nigga in RL.
Yeah, he was a skinny nigga. What the fuck was the skinny nigga's name? You got
that's the whole point.
Yeah. So we
nobody know that.
Butter Love.
Still though. Who? You got Butter Love?
Yeah. Hey, we killed that shit
love
though.
That I want.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay, where you used to go do karaoke at?
Him and Tamiko.
Who? What?
RL and Miko.
What was that spot? Was that Blondie's?
Blondie's, yeah.
That's what Sharon just was talking about.
Hey, can I ask you a question? You know how many women RL probably done been with?
I hate Blondie.
He was with her first. This when we was younger. Before he became famous.
You hear me? I said I hate blondies, by the way.
Oh yeah, fuck Blondie.
Why?
I got dumped at blondies, nigga.
You got dumped at blondies.
Yep.
By who?
Well, who else could dump you, nigga? What? A stranger dumped me at blondies, nigga. What?
That was a good night though.
No, it wasn't. It was a terrible night.
I'm saying, did you get dumped by a black girl, or a Mexican girl, or a white girl?
I was dating this chick. Well, Des was dating her sister, so we was talking at the same time, nigga. We were all like meeting, like all everybody's friends and family was in town, so it was like a big old party at the bar. Nigga, I go outside to talk with her. She's like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, blah blah blah. Wasn't on no bad stuff. But I walk inside. She's still outside because she got a phone call. I walk inside. Her friend comes up to me and is like, yeah, I heard what happened. Now, I just heard what happened. How you hear what happened? How you hear what happened before I hear what happened? So I knew it was a setup from the jump. So I'm like, man, this.
But look at you now.
And then Dez was looked at her, and Dez was with a girl, and his sister was like, "Man, it's over." And then he dumped her. They had nothing to do with them.
Yo, she had nothing. I broke up with
Nothing to
right
do
there.
with
You
Huh?
sister right there. That's
Right
what
there.
I'm talking about. That's that real friendship.
Right there. I broke up with her right there.
He was like, "It's over." He's like, "Why? Don't worry about it. Y'all pay my boy."
She had nothing to do with it, but fuck that.
Nothing.
Bitch, you knew.
That's crazy. That's funny. You just broke up with the old girl because she broke up with your homeboy.
Nigga on the spot.
Randomest thing. We sitting here chilling. Hey, can we talk to you outside real quick?
We was kicking it almost like every weekend.
No, it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, we already here. Let's start it. Let me start it. Thank you. Welcome to the Original Podcast. I'm your host, Dry Lips Durkee, DJ Double OG. We got Are You Serious in the building? We got D Jones in the building. We got Scooby in the building, aka Nee. But this is the Original Podcast. What's going on, y'all?
What's going down?
Listen, you don't have any sound effects today, man. Where your sound effects go? I was so waiting for the Wait, last week you broke us some sound effects. This week we on mute. Well, we were just talking right before the podcast starts, like always. We talk for about there we go. We talk for about an hour and waste everybody's time. We get into the good stuff before we actually ever get into the podcast. So, but we were talking about a time where Are You Serious got dumped, and it really makes me ask a question, and I want to know. I'm curious about everybody's worst moment.
Say it like that?
Yeah, he just got dropped. He got dropped off. So Jones stood up for his boy though. He said, "All right, you gonna dump my mans? I gotta leave you. I appreciate that." But Scooby, can you tell us a time where you got dumped, and maybe women, y'all hearts be broke. So is there a time where you got dumped and you was just like, I can't believe it?
I never been dumped. I swear to God, this is on everything. I think that my cheated on, and that might be a version of being dumped when they just cheat on you and you're busted. So
no, that's just like Thursday. This is normal for a man,
Nobody's ever came up to me and been like, "This is not gonna work." Like, I think it's not even being dumped. I think my little feelings have been hurt by the possibilities of something never going nowhere. And this is the most recent, is when me and Tay talked, and he was just like, "I just want to see you win. I have love for you. We're just not in love no more." That's it. Like, that was the strongest heartbreak right there. It's just like, I have love for you. We're just not in love no more, and I just want to see you win. And we're great friends, and that's where we're at. But I think that's the most serious. Other than that, I've never been dumped, ever. I do the dumping, and I've been cheated on. But when I find out they cheat on me, I show them who I is, and they wish they wouldn't have cheated. That's it.
As a man, I'll put you up on game. A lot of times, dude don't like to do the dumping because it brings issues. So as long as the girl walks away, then he knows that she isn't going to come back. As soon as the dude initiates the dumping, it never stops.
That could be very well.
Never stop. Jones, I'm just saying. Think about the chicks that you stopped talking to and you told them, "Yeah, it's over." Did them niggas just stop?
No, probably.
No.
Probably.
But if you make it so that they walk away in some circumstances, then it's like, all right, cool, we good. She made that choice. It's her decision. She got it. It's all on her. But as soon as you be like, yeah, I'm not saying you. Oh. I'm not saying you particular. I'm just saying in general, a lot of dudes, sometimes they make.
So let me ask you this then, Nee-Butt. What was the time?
Right.
Tell me about the time you dumped somebody.
I do it all the time. I'm so terrible.
I ain't got the peanut gallery in the background. Tell Sharon she got to get on camera and stop laying on the couch. Hey, yeah, tell me a time when you dumped somebody. And it was like an extreme, situation. Not some.
okay, there was a guy I was hanging out with, and you guys know when me and So was married, we had our breakups, whatever, right? So I was dating a guy during the breakup that me and So had. But So was like, I'm going to take you and the kids to Walt Disney World on a cruise. No, we went to the cruise. I'm going to take you on a cruise. I said, okay. So the dude he was in his feelings. Like, y'all not together, but y'all doing family trips, yada, yada. You know, you had to choose. You're going to do the cruise or me. Or, nigga, I'm doing the cruise. Like, that's not even the option. Like, what are you saying? When my motherfucking sons and me, you thought he gonna take another motherfucker on the boat with my kids? No, that don't go down. So I don't do it. And we ain't dated since. It just is what it is. Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That was a terrible example. That was a horrible example.
So of course what I hear is the side nigga got mad because you went on. Oh yeah, hold on. You went on vacation with your main, who y'all was just on a break. And your side nigga got mad, so you dumped the side nigga.
But he wasn't the side nigga though.
Yeah, he kind of was though. When you look at it overall scheme, yeah, to Soul he was the side nigga to Soul. So Bernita ain't going nowhere.
I'll say this. I'll take that back. Tay really wasn't, because by that time, you know, when me and him got serious, we got serious. But
yeah, you can't be a side nigga if the nigga living with y'all. Like that's not a side nigga.
Right.
You was living with Fonte was your boyfriend, and Soul lived in the basement. Yeah, so all y'all live in the same house.
No, I had my spot. Remember, we had two houses.
Nigga, on Fuller. I'm talking about on Fuller.
First house into the rental spot. Soul lived at that house, and all the people were renting rooms. And then I had my other house on Central, and Tay had his own spot, on Central. He was always over, but like. The kids, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids, that's their daddy. So Soul might come over and sleep in the room with Tony on, play the game, whatever. And me and Tay be in there watching a movie or whatever, you know. That's normal. Thanksgiving, that was normal for me. Because if we ain't together, we ain't together. But them is your kids, you know. And Tay knew one shit going down. Ain't nobody's me and Soul when I wasn't fucking with Soul.
You know, that's probably more normal than we would think. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, like if me and Trisha ever break up, I still like the love I got for her. It wouldn't matter. Like I would do that. Like she can have a whole nigga and be in the crib, and I'd be like, all right, I'm just coming to kick it with my sons and kids and shit. Yeah, I probably would. You know what I'm saying? I probably you know what I'm saying? Because like she had, because you know like. She had my kids, fam. I don't know. It's a different feeling. Like she ain't never, like Trisha ain't never did nothing bogus like that. We've been together 20 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if she was like, you know what, I'm done with this relationship. I don't want to be with you no more. I probably would be the nigga on the couch, like, okay, you and Tom have a good night out. I'll watch the kids, okay? We'll make sure the house is clean for you guys when you come out. Do you guys need anything? All right. I think that would be my
role. How about if they asked you to stay away? Could you be able to do it?
For
like
my
if they
kids?
were like, yo, just respect my space. I got a new man, I got a new woman. Respect my space, and I'll just bring the kids to you.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could.
But I just looked at it like he knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like Soul knew what it was. Like he's their dad. I'm their mom, and I never wanted them not to have their dad. And Fonte respected that. You know what I'm saying? Like Soul used to buy Honor Bear Christmas presents. He would buy my kid Christmas presents. He'd be like, "What size is she wear?" And he got bear presents. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't fucked up about it. Same thing with Tay. Tay would be like, "What the boys need, whatever." You know, I mean, because I was really with Fonte. That's just what it was. It wasn't no game with him. Now the other dudes that when me and Soul had issues, if I caught them or whatever, and I started hollering, like they were side niggas. They better not approach me while I'm with Soul. Because I would act like I didn't know him. You know, like...
What you're supposed to.
You know, like, nigga, who are you? What? But Tay was the only one that was a real... You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the nigga he was real. Like, that was my dude.
Plus, I don't think nobody wants no
toxic relationship. It sounds very toxic.
Listen, niggas are female. The side one's only going to come and approach you if they don't know that they're the side.
Everybody knew they was the side. Soul was 6'4". And 300, you know what I'm saying? I had one dude, so, okay, it's so funny. I thought I was a hustler, whatever. And so this dude owed me some bread for some weight. He ain't know me like that. He thought because I was a chick, he could come out and tell me I ain't got it.
Hold on, you was fronting. Never mind. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I used to be like, here you go, bring that back. All that day.
That's how you move it. That's how you move it. You gotta front it if you want to move it.
So
if you moving and moving it, you gotta front it.
He wasn't gonna have to pay me.
Ooh.
If you moving it, you gotta front it.
I was moving it. Aaron, tell him your sister was
it was in the hundreds. It was in the hundreds. Trust me.
I was moving it.
Yeah.
So he thought he wasn't gonna have to pay me. Bae. Guess what had happened was, So it was first be funny. Why don't you go? I was talking to this one dude. I ain't gonna say his name because everybody in St. Paul know. Why don't you go tell such and such? And I was like, no. Right. And then at that time, me and Tay wasn't together. So it wasn't him. So it's not Tay, it's this other dude. And he was being funny, like, go tell that nigga. I'm messing with that nigga should do it. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, well, go tell Bull, because I was messing with Bull. So he was like, go tell Bull. Well, Bull was out of town. You know what I'm saying? So couldn't tell Bull. He was like, all right. So knew the nigga. He told the nigga to meet him at Johnny Baby's. The nigga met him up at Johnny Baby's. And he thought, so it was like, nigga, just come out. He had no clue that I was Soul's wife. So I had that nigga in that car. Had a little conversation with him. Not only did I have my money, but he got ran for the other shit that he had in his pocket. And he told him, don't you ever test them nuts. And I was just sitting in the car like, thank you. Dismissed. Like, that's why I don't do nothing now, because I don't got my soul to back me up. I had a big mouth back then where I could run something. I got a little Aaron though. I throw a little Aaron. I'll be like,
no, you don't, because I'm just shooting niggas off top.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just shooting a nigga. I ain't even arguing, fighting, none of that. All right, Jones, let me ask you. When could you tell us a time about a traumatic experience where you got broke up with?
Oh boy, let me count the ways.
Okay, now hold on, wait. Not the real serious one, where you was crying and depressed. Let's hear about a funnier one where you was a kid or something. You know what I mean?
Nigga, that's all of them. Nigga, I'm sensitive. Nigga, I'm light skinned. Nigga, I hold.
I don't want to bring up any bad memories. You know what I mean? But they're all bad memories.
I'll bring it up. Right, man. I have a list of people I wish wouldn't live anymore because you just hurt me to my soul. You know what my problem is, man? My problem is, I think that I look like I chase the potential of people more than where they're at. You see what I'm saying? There was this chick. Damn, should I say her? Oh God, I don't know if I should say her name.
Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
There was person A.
Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
Oh, okay.
Don't say the name. Just
all right, easy enough. So there was this chick that used to date way back in the day, right?
1932.
And let me go to another one. All right, so this chick I used to date way back in high school, right? Make this long story short, right? Nigga, I met up with her. This was my boo. I'm talking about loved her. I met up with her. She had hickeys all on her neck, and I'm like, yo, what's that? Come to find out, nigga, she was fucking. But you know what I said? I said, hey, it's cool. People make mistakes, right? Like, let's work it out. Don't worry about it, right? Nigga kept on going. Nigga caught her fucking again. And I was like, oh, well, that's not nice, but hey, it's cool. You know what I mean? We can stay together, right? Like, let's just keep on going. Nigga, she did the shit again, right? And at that point, that's when I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm straight. You know what I mean? And then I went on a recruiting trip. To Concordia, St. Paul, right, to go play football. And she was a hooper. She was a hooper for Concordia back in the day. And so she was a year older than me. So I'm a senior year. I'm going on a recruiting visit to Concordia. And this nigga named Paris, I'll never forget, man, he played defense. He's showing me around the campus. So he was like, yo, man, you want to go down to, grab some lunch? And I was like, cool. So we go down to the cafeteria, grab some lunch. And who do I see there? Oh, girl. Nigga, I ain't seen her since high school. So she's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, shit, what's up? And that nigga Paris looked at me. He was like, oh, nigga, you know her? She a freak, huh? And I was like, God damn, you too, nigga? God, like, nigga. God damn. God damn, man. Like, nigga, it was all bad. It was terrible, nigga. And I was just in my life.
You got a bad history.
Yeah, let me tell you what, that shit still touches me in my heart. Like, nigga. Hey, and here's the bad thing. Nigga, I got several of these stories. It's all bad.
That's what I said, the history, nigga.
It's okay.
She muted.
No, it's okay.
Oh, thank you.
No, he was telling me I was muted. Thank you. That's a messed up. Let me ask you this, Jones. Your first ever girlfriend that you remember. Who broke up with who?
Letitia Lee in the 2nd grade. She broke up with me, nigga, and I cried. Oh, boy, did I cry. Oh, boy, was I so sad. Letitia Lee. Yo, I invited her to my goddamn birthday party at Lake Calhoun. Bitch, she was there swimming in the lake with me. And she broke up with me. I still
I'm trying to think of my first girlfriend. I think it was Tori.
Tori?
Really?
Tori, yeah, I think so. Like real, like actual, because it was like a girl that said I was a boyfriend, but then I literally never saw her, and then somebody told me that we broke up, and I was like, oh.
Like yeah, you can't count that.
I had no clue what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So did you break up with her, or did she break up with you?
You talking about the Tori?
Your first girlfriend, yeah.
I think just camp ended. So it's kind of like a, all right, well, good luck. I don't think it was a real like.
Yeah, because back then it wasn't no cell phones and none of that stuff. Wasn't no social media to keep track. It was a house phone, and your mama was on the phone at the same time you was on the phone. Every time you talking to a girl, she listened to the whole conversation. So it wasn't like that.
I was like that. Our mom. So many times.
Cause she know. First of all, I'm on nosy
in the middle
anyway.
Of the night, under the covers on the phone, and here comes Charlotte.
And she pick up the phone.
Bernita, and all of a sudden, they would hang up. They already knew. Damn, mom. Or bring the phone in here, out of your room. Where's the phone? Good night. Bring that phone out. Oh my God, I didn't hear.
I remember one time. I don't know. I rung up a $900 phone bill one time. She got mad. I paid it though. I had to steal from Super America to pay the bill, but I paid it.
Wait, when you ran the bill up?
Yeah, it was long. You know, back then, long distance cost money.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we all deserve some type of reparations or
because why? Right? Why did they charge
for that long distance calling shit? Because that was bullshit.
Literally.
And yours. Woo!
That's what I said. I used to run up a lot of bills.
Woo, boy!
Doing long distance.
Calling out here.
Yeah, we need reparations for that shit or some.
Yeah, because that's what I understand. Like now, cell phones is free. Like you don't even think kids don't even think about long distance now.
Nope. You're talking about long distance. What about them text charges for text messages? And you
30 cents a text message. Yeah, 10 cents a text message.
Oh my God! Before it was unlimited text, when that was a thing.
Yeah, minutes, nights and weekends, having to go to the store before it closed to buy minutes for your phone. Otherwise, you ain't gonna have no minutes. Right, or just right. If you good, you got Sprint. See, if you can afford Sprint, you got good. You got free nights and weekends. Otherwise, everybody was on that $25 for 60 minutes joint.
We had Sprint. Remember, we used to have Sprint. Mom and Dad had Sprint.
That was just greedy if you think about it, because there's nothing significant that happened that changed outside of one day. They were just like, hey, long distance calls aren't long distance calls anymore. Y'all are good, right? Like,
yeah, they ain't like they got to do nothing extra. Yeah. They ain't got to do nothing extra for no long distance.
One company started it, so then they all had to do it to keep up. That's all.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That was greedy.
We definitely need some reparations. Kids don't even know what long
distance calls are anymore. They don't. What's a long distance call?
Yeah, nowadays you just pick your area code just because if you like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I used to work at the cell phone company, and then we started letting people pick their own area code. Like, what? Hold on, wait. We all don't have to have 612 numbers? I can have an area code in Hawaii. I'm on that.
Your game, guys.
651 and 952 and 763.
Has that ever been part of your game? Like you pick a different area code and then you meet a person.
Yeah, anybody that didn't have 612, you really didn't mess with too much, or you were suspicious.
I get 901 a lot. Like I was from Memphis, and they'd be like, "Whenever I say 901, whoop whoop whoop," and then I would be like, "They'd be like, oh, you from Memphis? Yeah." You know what I'm saying? That was the game. That was game.
You have like an alter ego when you go out?
Huh?
You have like an alter ego when you go out?
Down that road.
I do.
Okay, what's your alter ego? What's
alcohol, liquor.
Liquor, okay.
That's what it is.
That's motherfucker stupid.
That's funny. All right, so everybody got dumped by their first girlfriend or boyfriend. That's kind of sad.
Hey, fuck her.
Wait, I didn't say it got dumped. Wait just a minute.
You said camp ended.
Yeah, you kicked it off.
I just stopped talking.
Camp ended. Dez got
I
dumped
said my
horribly.
first girlfriend. He said my first girlfriend.
My first-
I didn't get dumped by my first girlfriend.
I think my first
I kind of
girlfriend.
played her actually. I'm a little sorry about that. I apologize, Tori. I didn't know what's going on. My bad.
You guys remember my first boyfriend, don't y'all?
Yep.
You don't.
Goddamn Rufus Aloysius, boy. That nigga was a freak.
And Reggie, y'all have to remember my first boyfriend.
Are you talking about Chucky?
Yes.
Chucky was
Okay.
not your first boyfriend.
I didn't know that was your
That's
first
the first
boyfriend.
nigga that we knew of.
Yeah, I don't know if that was your first boyfriend or
I
not.
don't know why
No,
you
he
over
was
here lying.
officially like my first boyfriend for real. All bullshit
I don't
aside,
know.
That
I,
kicked it.
if I don't know. Dad told the story on the podcast. Do you remember when he told the story
What did he
about
say?
meeting Chucky in the alley?
No, that was. Did he? He did tell it. Yeah, because him and his friends is gonna whoop his ass. Yeah.
So I'm gonna insert it right now into the podcast. The story of Dad whooping Chucky. But long story short, yeah, he said that was the first time he met him around the corner and had his homeboys meet him in the alley, and he ran up on him and put some pressure on him and shit.
Because he kept telling Dad, it's a free country. I can stand where I want to stand and come where I want to come and go where I... This is after me and Sharon went to his house and I found out he slept with the girl downstairs, so I beat her up in her living room while her mom was in the kitchen making spaghetti. So...
You was one of them fighting the girl?
Huh?
What you fighting her for?
Because
She
I
know
was
you.
virgin and he was my boyfriend and you don't get to have sex with my boyfriend.
She don't owe
I'm
you
not having
nothing?
Well,
That
you know,
wasn't
you
fair.
young, you don't think straight when you young and dumb. You don't
I
think
wasn't
straight.
You got grown niggas right
I
now fighting
wanted
the girl.
him not to
True.
have
Nothing to do
sex
with
either.
you.
She
True.
decided
Yeah,
she
but
was
they ain't
gonna
got no
do
loyalty to you. They don't know you.
He was my man.
I'm talking about the girl.
She
Why-
knew me. That's why I knew
She don't got no loyalty to you.
Hold on, y'all was friends?
Why she supposed to be loyal to you?
She lived in the he lived in a duplex. Remember when I used to live in
y'all
So
always
she knew
elementary
that.
together?
So she knew
he
y'all.
was my boyfriend.
She knew of you.
And she knew that me and
don't
him wasn't
mean
having
nothing.
sex. It was a big thing. You know how mom was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a big thing. That was my, okay, we're just in love and all of this stuff, right? You done got to meet mom and dad. They done told you to bring me flowers. All this. You was my dude. Then the chick downstairs has sex with you, and everybody, when I come over, everybody's like, oh, he did it to her, and da-da-da-da. So then me and Sharon took the bus back to North Minneapolis and got to the door. And Sharon, now she's my witness. What did we do? You tell them. We got to that door. Look, I'm putting it on her. Can y'all see her?
Yeah, I'm like, get on camera so we can see you. What's up, Sharon? What happened?
Quick version, the quickest version ever.
It was freezing out. She opened up the door. The girl was sitting on the couch. The mom was stirring something, I don't know, boiling water in the kitchen. And she pretty much just told her, I'm going to whoop your ass.
and choked her up on her
couch. And the mom didn't even come out of the kitchen.
Hold on, the mom stayed in the kitchen while her daughter getting her ass whooped?
She just walked away.
Right. And where did we have to walk to?
Didn't we go to the New Market?
We had to go to the damn bus stop.
Yes.
So
Hey, Bernita, wait, hold on,
on the
nigga,
city bus.
I think you a bad influence on Sharon, fam. For real, her whole life, I think you a bad influence on Sharon, fam. Just imagine what Sharon's life would be if she wouldn't been with you. She could have been Michelle Obama right now, fam. Fucking with your ass.
Yo, shout out to Sharon in the New Market reference. You know how North Side New Market is?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
New Market is nigga North Side. God.
Yeah. He was off of DuPont, 24th and DuPont. They lived in a duplex.
New Market. There was one off of Broadway and Lindale. Shout out to
Yeah.
New Market.
We had to go down to Broadway.
New Market.
Because it was winter
She put
time.
me on that bus with her.
Huh?
I forgot
So
about
you
New
put me
Market.
on that
That's
bus
dope.
with you over there?
That's super dope.
Yup. I took Reggie over north on the city bus.
A few times.
Didn't you have fun?
No, I didn't actually. Not at all. I just sat there. And I ain't caused no trouble, so I just mind my business.
We was just riding.
That's funny.
I don't cause no trouble. I don't act no fool. I just...
Yeah, that was Chucky was my first boyfriend. And the only reason why Dad had to well, he'll tell the story.
Can y'all hear me?
Dad back. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, so what happened was he kept walking up and down the street in front of the house. So I followed him. So I seen him, and I went down the alley and got two of my friends that I was hanging out at the bar down the alley. I said, hey, y'all, why don't y'all walk with me around the corner? And so they got with me, and I got behind him, and I was walking behind him. And then we walked behind him and got him around the corner and then confronted him. And then and so he left. But when I went back to the bar with the other guys that I got, they was hot. It was like, man, you had me. You didn't tell me we was going to do nothing like that. You could have got me shot down there. I'm like, they was mad. They was calling me names and everything. So I ain't never do nothing like that again. I'm like, I gotta leave these North Side people alone. So every time I mess around with somebody from the North Side, I get in trouble.
Chucky was a
do
wimp.
that with my sister. Mess around with the North Side Negroes.
Oh, Sini or niece?
Sini.
He was a wimp. He was scared. He left.
Chucky.
He didn't bother me no more after that one. Then I met Big Star.
Nigga wouldn't leave. Dad told him. I told him I wouldn't date him no more, but he won't go away. And Dad got that ass.
Relationships are tricky. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I'm still single.
That's why you still are single. But maybe it's better to be single though.
That's what I would think. I think you move your camera down some. I think I think most people that are single probably want to be in relationships, and a lot of people that in relationships be looking at single people like you could just do whatever you want every day. Like you just eat what you want. Like, hold on, you don't have to ask nobody what's gonna eat. Like you could just pick something to eat and eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different, man. It's just different.
I don't like being single because my alter ego takes over.
The only thing you can't do when you are with someone is you don't have your own bedtime. I've never had my own bedtime.
Her bedtime is your bedtime.
Yeah. Are we going to bed now? God, what you mean I'm chilling. I'm up. Well, just come lay with me for a little bit. That little bit be a whole 3 hours and your arm dead.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know. I've always had my own bedtime. That's a damn shame.
You no bedtime.
You go to sleep when you want. You don't need me to go to sleep. I'm gonna put you to sleep, but I'll be up.
Yeah.
Hey.
I say that. I like that, but I'm with somebody else. That's my thing. Like,
listen, it ain't nothing. She just literally fall asleep on my shoulder in 2 minutes, comatose.
That's how Prince do.
Coma. Literally,
that's how my
she lay
Prince
down,
do.
and within 3 minutes, gone.
Yeah. That's how Prince is. He don't go to sleep unless I'm laying in the bed with him. He'll be up. He'll stay up. As soon as I get in the bed and lay down with him, he out of there. And then I can get up and go about my business. But yeah, I gotta lay in the bed next to him. Otherwise, 8 times out of 10, he ain't going to sleep. All right. Well, you know, I guess I can tell you about my first girlfriend. She dumped me. She dumped me.
Who was it?
Dina.
It was.
I would say that was my first girlfriend.
The private school chick.
Yeah, I think that was my first real girlfriend.
She wasn't that.
She had a job. She had a car. She worked at Pizza Hut. We had free pizza all the time. It was good, man.
Yeah, but she was ugly.
It didn't matter how she looked.
Nice.
You know.
Well, I mean,
she had body.
To be nice or mean. I'm just being honest.
She had a body. She had a body on her. You know?
Everybody got a body. That didn't mean it looked good.
Really, honestly, be honest with you. Do you know why she was my first girlfriend? Because we was the only black people in the school.
In that school, and it was all 6 people.
And I wasn't finna date no white girls. No disrespect to white girls, but I tried that when I was 7th grade, and we dated over the phone. It didn't work. Like you said, Reggie, like it really wasn't no girlfriend because I just talked to her twice on the phone, and then her dad told her he don't want her
legacy.
Talking to black guys no more, and I never talked to her again. It's Amy Kellerman, actually.
Crew?
No. Her name is Amy. Renee best friend. Renee was in 7th grade. Her best friend name was Amy. And she plugged me up with her best friend. And yeah, it didn't work out. But yeah, so Dina came to my house, and she came to the house, and we sat in the kitchen. She was just like, this isn't going to work out. And I'm like, why? What do you mean? What do you mean it's not going to work out? She's like, I don't think we should be together. I'm moving on. I'm graduating high school. I'm finna go to do this, and that. And you're only in the 10th grade, and I'm in the 12th grade, and I was sad, fam.
How long y'all was together?
The whole school year, damn near. And she waited to the end of the school year to break up with me.
Well, she was about to go to college.
I don't think she went to college.
I'm rolling.
I have no idea what happened to her. Be honest with you, that's funny. I have no clue.
Have you ever tried to look her up?
Never. I should. I should
Have you
try
ever
to
tried
see
to go
her.
back and look up some of your exes to see like what the fuck they're doing or where they're at?
I'm gonna look right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna look right now.
I have since I'm back home.
Well, you a stalker though? Of course you would.
Who, me?
Yeah, them two.
you.
Both of them. Both of them.
For me?
Yes,
On
both
him
of
too?
y'all are professional stalkers. Yes.
Who is me and Dez?
Yes, I don't care enough. I don't care if you alive, dead. You got $1 billion.
You ever seen that
$3.
TikTok? You
don't
want
care.
that old thing back?
I don't care.
Let me tell you. Hey, here's the cautionary tale: is that you might want that old thing back, but when you get it, you recognize or you realize you probably should have left it the old thing.
Right, they're ex for
nigga, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that.
That's a fact.
Yeah. There's an ex, they're an ex for a reason.
So let me ask you a question then. When you saw your ex and you saw were they doing good or were they doing bad?
I just decided to start looking at one, but I can't find them yet. I won't put his name out on blast. And then the other one that I seen, and he looked normal. He like he was doing good, but I didn't like. I remember
normal.
So sending the dog. Remember we had the dog, y'all, King and Cole, the two pits. So Soul sent the dog to chase him. So when I seen him, that's all I was laughing at because I'm just remembering him running down the street cussing Soul out and Soul making the dog chase him down the street. So
that ain't. The only time I ever hear about my exes is from somebody else. Man, I ran into somebody, and boy, that's the only time. I'm not looking you up. I don't want to see what I don't care. I don't.
I wonder if they try to look me up because you can't find me. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if
I can find you. You got all
me.
this public stuff on like this podcast right now. Whoever we've talked to has seen this podcast. Look, anybody that we've ever talked to has seen this podcast.
So I had a dude look me up when I lived in North Carolina, and because you guys know I ran the properties when I was in Sacramento, when you looked me up, it said I was worth like 220 something. I own 22 townhomes. Like it said all this extra shit, and I don't know how that got on there. But when he looked me up, that's what he found. So we were talking. We were arguing about something, and he was just like, "You be acting like you ain't got no money, bitch. You got bread. You own whoa." And he put it out there like I'm just like this baller who's trying to take dude's money and got my own money. And it was funny because I was like, "Hey, keep pushing that around. Let these motherfuckers think I'm rich." I was just a property manager. So yeah, he thought he did some homework, and the shit he found was bogus, but it was good bogus, but it was bogus as well.
Does reaching back in your past ever work? Right? Like, does that ever work? Like an ex, and you go back and be like, you know what? Fuck it, let's give it another try. Like, does that work?
No. I never ever gave no real try to no other than y'all know who. I never gave no like nobody else no real try.
Like an actual real shot and it works out?
No.
I never done it, so I don't know if it would or would.
Nigga, you can't say it works out because we all sitting here talking. Like, no, nigga, obviously it didn't. What are you talking about? If it worked out, you wouldn't be asking the question.
I'm saying I never did it.
Okay, I was trying to look and see. I don't even know her name.
She might be married.
You get married, then it changes, so yeah.
I don't even know how to spell the last name.
You found her?
No, I don't even know her name.
I just remember her. I think I remember her. She was real corny.
Yeah, her name Nadine Veneer, but I don't remember her. I don't know how to spell her name.
I don't know. I just remember her being like a real, like she.
Yeah, she had glasses.
Like,
yeah, she was.
Do you guys keep the same password?
She grew up around white people.
No.
Why? Is you the feds?
No.
What you trying to do?
What so you trying somebody to do? I know.
Why you asking me that?
Because I have a friend that kept their same name, their same number, and their same password for years?
I got the same password for everything. If you find out one of my passwords, it'll be the same for everything.
And I still.
I don't got that good memory.
Matter of fact, I even do the automated generated one.
Hold on, wait.
For you.
And you just save it. Well, you got the iPhone, so yeah,
That's
it'd be good.
No credit for.
Yeah,
if somebody steals my notes, it's over. If somebody steals my notes, my whole life is.
Benita, so you telling me you was stalking a dude?
On the low, I technically I wasn't.
And you remembered the password from years later, and you randomly check his voicemails?
I did.
Hold on, wait. Let me ask you this, and be honest.
Yes.
Did you delete some of the voicemails?
I did.
What? Why would you delete somebody else's shit? What's wrong with you?
I did. What did they do? You sound like she about to be
Ariana, not to be like that. No, don't be like that.
Let me
Hold on,
read
so
hey, how you doing?
You heard the voice. The reason why I asked that.
What she said, deleted it, and then I turned and called and said it. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why I asked.
Not answering when I call. If you answer when I call, then I don't get your voicemail. I can't click in. But if you didn't answer when I called you, I can push the button that says.
More of the story is answer your goddamn phone with school.
More of the story is Kanye ain't the only one.
Hey, so when I first got with Trisha, right, my voicemail password was 1234.
As it should be.
So I was a young bachelor. I didn't really care. You know, I didn't know nothing better. So she remembered checking my voicemails, and she was checking my voicemails for women. And the only person on my voicemail was my mom, because who else leave voicemail? So she was just going through my voicemail, checking my voicemails, and all she heard was, "Little Aaron, this is your mom." Like, I know who you are, Mom. You don't have to tell me that every voicemail. Like, this is Little Aaron, this is your mom. It's 7. You know how my mom do. It's 7:47. It's Wednesday. I'm calling you. So she been like that my whole life. But actually, I asked you that because I've done that too. You know, when me and Trish was young, I done checked her voicemail, and I done heard niggas leaving voicemails, and I just deleted the shit. I don't even think I ever said nothing to her, even to today. Probably because, you know, we was on a break or something. I don't remember. I just remember going through her voicemail one time, and just deleting all the messages.
I had a friend that went through my voicemail, and he forwarded the voicemail from my phone to his phone, and then brought it up later when we argued. When I was talking to him, he's North Carolina. They different. They cut different down there. So
he had some ammunition ready for you on deck.
For that ass. So we talking and whoop whoop, and I'm whoop whoop whoop, and he was just like, "Really? Okay, what is this?" And the nigga being like, "Yeah, what's up, Scoob?" Something like. Why you? He was just like, and that ain't all. And boo, 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 boo. Let me call this nigga. He done called a nigga back. Then they want to have nigga back and forth wars with each other, and I'm just sipping. Like, nigga, I'm here with you. You're wasting your time with me talking to him. So
I don't think I ever have to ask Reggie this question, but I'm gonna ask Dez this question. Have you ever fought for your love?
Like physical?
Yes. Have you ever to physically fight another dude for a girl?
No.
Or a girl? No.
No, but you know, school brings up an interesting thing, right? Like. I think we can agree, like theoretically or just inherently, it's a violation of somebody's privacy to go through your partner's phone, right? However, what happens when you do go through it and you find something, right?
That was called intuition.
You know what I mean? Like, is it still wrong?
What happens when you go through it and you don't find nothing? Do you say, "Hey, my bad, I went through your phone," or you just act like nothing happened?
Both.
Exactly.
You just act like nothing happened.
Exactly.
You go fishing and you looking and you don't find anything, then you're just like, damn, I'm tripping.
But what about when you catch something? Are you still wrong?
You're wrong, but they was wrong. And it was their fault. They shouldn't have been doing what they was doing. You wouldn't have had the intuition to go through the phone. You wouldn't have went through the phone.
Intuition don't mean shit. Because if you had that much intuition, you should have known not to mess with me in the first place.
You know what?
How much intuition you got? How come your intuition don't work when you find something good? How come your intuition don't work when something else? Intuition is trash, and intuition will get you in trouble. And I was having this conversation before, and not because of trouble as in, if your intuition don't kick in, that doesn't mean something isn't happening. When you think everything is all peachy keen and good and you're
That's
cocky,
when something is happening.
That's when something is going on because you're too cocky and you think I would know. And if anything was going down, that nigga looking at you like, boy, if you knew what happened.
That's when someone first cheated on me, guys. I didn't know.
With me on Saturday.
But when you're so cocky enough to think that you know him so well and you know everything about somebody, that's when you mess yourself up.
I don't want to call it cocky.
Women
don't say cocky.
Women overall stop doing. It's not even about cocky. It's whatever. When
men too,
know
though.
Somebody so well and they wouldn't do anything, and you know everything about them and all that other goofy stuff. That's when stuff starts getting messed up because you push that. You start to just like. I say cocky only because of when it's in a negative like I know him better than like if you're just being natural like no I trust him then that's fine. Right. But when you start doing that, I know him and I know if his pattern would change and he couldn't do nothing wrong because he can't nobody get nothing past me because I'm this, and this. You only know the stuff you caught. You don't know about the other 20 chicks. You don't know about the other 15 different situations. Man. You just know about the thing that you caught. And you think, I knew. No, nigga, you missed about 500 other things.
Somebody told me that you was so worried about such and such. You was worried about the wrong one. Me and her was just cool. You missed and I was just like, you shouldn't have had.
And that's usually the thing. The most part is when dudes get caught, they always get caught with the one that's not as bad as the one that they caught the real one.
That's semantics, though. That's semantics. Like maybe I didn't catch you with the right one. Right, but I still caught you in the like.
What I'm saying is like, on a level. You may have caught a message of me saying, "Hey, you didn't catch the video of me smashing 3 other chicks in a room with a zebra
with your homeboy in the hot tub." Right.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
a zebra.
That's what I mean by that. I don't mean by like you caught me cheating once, but you didn't catch it. I'm talking about like you'll catch something little and stupid, and you'll blow it up. But you didn't catch the real shit that you could have really had some foundation on because you're too worried about this little catch up.
So are you serious? Let me ask you this. Have you ever been caught cheating?
Have I been caught cheating? No, I don't think so.
Des, have you ever been caught cheating?
That question inherently implies that I've cheated before, and I don't know if I'm comfortable.
Well,
cheated, nigga, stop it.
Oh yes,
actually.
I have 100%.
You have been caught. Now, when you got caught cheating, like we said, did you admit to all the girls you cheated with?
What?
Or did you just admit to the one you got caught?
No, nigga, I ran. I ran, nigga, like this.
Physically.
Nigga, I ran. Nigga, they came to confront me and I ran.
Little Aaron, do you remember when I lived in North Carolina and I had to call you on the phone one night? When I was coming home from the club and I was like, just stay on the phone with me. I'm walking into my house, but I had to park in the other parking lot. And this nigga be out here watching and da-da-da-da. And you was on the phone like, what the fuck you mean? That nigga be watching, sis? You know, you good? Da-da-da. And we was just talking and you made sure I got all the way in the house because I was single. So I dated who I wanted to date. However, me and him dated and hung out a little more than the other people. And I went on a date with a movie and he seen me give a guy a kiss at the car. And he told me about it. And that's when I found out he'd be sitting in my parking lot, like watching when we ate our dates to see who else and what I'm doing and who outside. So
Why do you think he did that?
Because he really liked me.
Maybe he was just driving by. You ever think of that?
No.
A wise philosopher named Tony Roberts
stayed in the parking lot.
I don't know if you know the comedian Tony Roberts, but he was like, the only way I'm going to confess is if I get caught in the act, mid-pump, you tap me on my shoulder, and then we make eye contact. That's the only way I'm going to confess. Otherwise, I didn't do it.
It wasn't
That's the only way. That's the only way. You got to tap me on my shoulder mid-stroke, and I have to turn and look at you and make eye contact.
I've dealt with women like that where, like, nigga, I'll know. Like, nigga, I know, right? But if I don't catch her in the act,
you don't tap me on the shoulder.
Nigga,
mid-stroke.
She ain't amend to a goddamn thing, nigga. And I'm talking about like, yo, A, B, C. Look at all this, nigga. And because I didn't see her, she was like, no, what? You're tripping.
That's how women is.
Check
That's how
this one
women
out,
is.
guys.
Men is.
So y'all know when I was dating,
Let me be hurt, Reg. Let me be hurt.
and he got us the townhouse.
Yeah,
He
I
bought
bet.
me the townhouse out in Maplewood, right? But Bull, yeah. So I was in Maplewood. He bought me the townhouse out in Maplewood. I was dating Bull, and he used to go in and out of town.
Y'all sure do like
So,
a name drop.
so I don't.
Messy.
It's Bull.
Y'all
I
are
don't,
messy.
It's Bull. That ain't messy. Everybody know I went with Bull. So
Everybody, word, everybody.
The
internet knows. The whole world, like, nigga, I can see the game. I can see the game. This nigga say everybody knows who I be with. Everybody knows me, nigga. I am who I am.
I am, I was, and I will always. So
you got business is
I
not
was
your
dating
own.
him. He used to go in and out of town. So got into it with the chick he was talking to, and I let him come over, right? We didn't do nothing or nothing like that, but he was just in the house, and Bull was not fond of none of that. He was like, no. That's why he bought me a whole separate house from the houses that me and So own. So, but I let Soul come over, and I think he left his clothes or something. He had switched clothes, but he left his clothes. And so when Bull came home, Bull's very clean. He folds dirty clothes. He's a very clean person. He used to take our clothes to the cleaners and all that. So he's going through the basket, the boys' basket or whatever, and he sees Soul's boxers.
Oh.
And he was just like, that nigga been over here? I was like, what you talking about? Ain't nobody been over here. His nigga's going through the house, walking. That chair looks like it was moved. I was busted like a motherfucker, but I denied it. I denied it. And it wasn't like I was doing nothing. He just didn't want Soul in the house because he didn't want Soul in the house. I denied it, and I denied it, and I denied it.
You feel bad for making that man feel crazy? Like, you made that man feel crazy. Like, yo, I know
it's good. He deserves
it,
it, Jazz. He deserves every. I can't stand that nigga.
No, fuck that nigga.
Yeah, they don't like him at all.
I wanted to fight him.
Word.
No, I definitely remember that whole situation, man. Reggie was mad.
I remember parts of it. I was different then. I remember parts.
I was just trying to be cool. I was just trying to be cool so we can get this money.
What you trying to say, man? What you trying to say? Like, you can say I'm
Reggie
square.
did not
Yeah, I
like
got
that
it.
shit at all.
But what you trying to say?
Yeah,
I think you was in the army somewhere.
It's because the nigga wanted the money to make you. It was like he was trying to make you drink and shit. Yeah, he was trying to make you do all this shit.
I didn't drink back
and I'm like, fam, we don't drink. Like, nigga, what the fuck?
I ain't even drink, and I was like, I don't feel like drinking, my G. I don't do that.
What was I doing?
Nothing.
I don't know. It wasn't on you. It wasn't about.
Yeah, it was
No,
dude.
I'm
He was
just saying,
he was
was I
just trying
paying
to
attention?
because Reggie was like in the
Nah.
cut. First of all, there wasn't Reggie scene. Reggie people wasn't there. None of that shit. So Reggie was just there, just off the strength. You know what I'm saying? And then dude come over there like he was just weird with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
He's
nigga, hold
used
on,
to
don't little
people-
homie me.
Just because he got money,
And that's
exactly what it was.
Listen
He just wanted. He was trying to little homie,
right?
And Reggie like, no,
and
nigga,
we
no.
don't.
He didn't know. He don't know how I was. Yeah. That was in the backsliding days.
Oh, nigga, no. I'm waiting for the back. We finna go for none of that. We ain't going for none of that.
I think Reg had his first drink with me. It was some goddamn Hennessy at that.
A shot in your mom's kitchen with Dwight. Me, you, and Dwight. Some Hennessy when he got back from Iraq.
Yeah.
A shot of Hennessy. That was your first drink. Nita, what was your first drink?
She's still terrible.
What's terrible? Hennessy?
Hennessy? Terrible. It's a terrible, terrible cognac.
I don't like dark at all.
It was Cisco.
Wow, Sharon remembered my first drink, and she just brought up that memory. Woo!
It was Cisco?
You should remember it. I was singing on Grandma Lillian's living room floor.
That wasn't your first drink, though.
That was my first time drinking.
For real?
Yes.
Okay, we got that story. I might play that story then.
Yes.
This is the first time drinking. I definitely got that story. You told it on a Real Family Therapy podcast. I remember that. That was a funny situation.
Yep.
My first drink was Bombay. B Roller worked at shout out to Brian. He worked at
Yeah.
I had to say that. I had to say that for Reggie. Shout out to Brian. Bitch ass nigga. So anyway, he worked at Sam's Club liquor store, right?
I got your back rolling. We gonna ride on this Mark Buster.
He worked at Sam's Club liquor store, and because he worked at the liquor store, he got some discounts. So he like, let's drink. You know what I'm saying? Let's drink. I'm like, fam, I don't drink. I ain't never drink before. He like, let's drink. So me, Trisha, and B Roller was in the liquor store. We got a bottle of Bombay, a bottle of Seagram's gin, because her mom used to make this stuff called Erkin jerk or shake and bake. Shake and bake. You know what shake and bake is? Where you put you mix Kool-Aid. You mix Kool-Aid with the gin, and you mix it up, and it's the Kool-Aid, but it's gin with Kool-Aid, and it should be good as hell. But you don't put sugar in there though. You just mix the Kool-Aid in the gin. It's crazy. She used to make Trisha mom used to make the shit all the time. So my first time drinking, it was some Bombay, and then there was some shake and bake gin and Kool-Aid.
What they call that stuff?
I used to drink wine coolers and beer mixed.
What is that? Train juice?
Train juice?
What is that shit? Soju. Soju.
What's soju?
Soju is a Korean rice wine, and you can't taste any. It tastes like water, but it literally tastes like water.
Oh, gosh. God, damn, that shit is hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, no, you can't take that soju, man. You gotta be careful, man. When you go to Korea, man, them juicy girls will try to get you, man.
Yeah, they'll put
what's a juicy girl?
A juicy girl essentially is like a prostitute when you go over to Korea, right? So like you go to Korea, you know what I mean? Typically, they have like a Northern Korea, not North Korea, you know what I mean? But like the Army has a Camp Casey, which is like right on the DMV, right? Or the DMZ rather, excuse me, is right on the demilitarized zone, right? That separates, North and South Korea. That's Camp Casey. Ain't nothing really popping up there. But you can go down south, right? And if you go further south, there's another Army base, you know what I mean? And like that nigga Funch was there. Shout out to Funch. Brando was there. Shout out to Brando. Who else was there that I know? It doesn't matter. But when you're down south, at that point, like you can kick it a lot more. You can go out, you know what I mean? You can get all your replicas, if you're into that, right? You can go drink or whatever. Anyways, the bars have these chicks called juicy girls, right? So they'll come up to you and be like, "Yo, will you buy me a drink?" And you buy them a drink, and that's the established connection, right? Like, "Yo, I'm buying you a drink, but I'm about to get some ass." You know what I mean? So they call them juicy girls. And you drink that soju. That's typically what they drink is that soju. So you get that soju up in you and get them up in them, and you knock down them damn juicy girls.
I need a juicy girl in my life.
Or you go to
That's how you got 5 kids.
Another spot is
I was
Germany.
gonna say you got one. You got
5 and impossible.
Germany, they got the
ain't impossible.
Full brothels.
Long time ago.
Oh Lord.
Let me tell you what, nigga. Nigga. I mean, let me tell you what. Some better be happy that they don't have no brothels here in the United States, because nigga, let me tell you what. Nigga, I'd be there.
Nigga, they do. What did the coach?
No, they only got it in Vegas.
For the Super Bowl.
Yeah, not even Vegas. It's outside of Clark County. You got to go to like the other counties in fucking Nevada. But them shits is mad expensive. Like, nigga, like I lived in Vegas. Them shits is expensive. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, in Germany, I've never been, but from right here, nigga, they're reasonable prices, right? There's like kind of cost.
Reasonable?
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is reasonable. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which sets
for real, because on that TV show, they be charging them dudes a stack.
Yeah.
$1,500, $500 for some head.
For what?
You can find a crackhead
Tinder right now.
but they do that because they're only getting about maybe 50% of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where nigga, I can go again. Like
let me show you my menu.
I could go get some reasonable prices there. You know what I mean? Germany or Amsterdam.
I'm telling you, if they legalize prostitution, fam, that'll be the #1. Amazon will start selling hoes.
As they should, though.
It already is legal.
Like, why criminal? Why
they legalize prostitution?
I thought that's what Backpage was.
They shut that shit down.
They shut that down.
I'm mad too because now they have never replaced it, and I don't know
but
where to
isn't
go.
that what it was, right?
When I'm looking for a hoe.
Get someone in the comments, place where we can go get some hoes at.
Where do I go when I'm looking for a hoe?
Listen,
go buy a refrigerator. Who gives a damn?
I can text her and ask her. I'm gonna ask her if they replaced the back because she used to have hoes on there.
No, they have. I'm pretty sure they do, but it ain't like Backpage.
I said, go just buy some refrigerators. Sometimes you just gotta get you a refrigerator. And you'll get a service with it.
If anybody knows, what replaced, Backpages or what was the other joint that they had?
I'm about to ask her, right?
Leave it in the comments for the homies so I can let them know. Just in case you wanna.
You go on Craigslist to find a mover. You mess around and have 2 chicks pop up at your crib.
Hey, on Craigslist though, they don't even sell cars no more. I mean, they sell cars.
Cut all of it out because everything was used as sex.
Yeah, like Craigslist, you can't get. It's sad.
Hey, can we have an honest conversation right quick? I don't know how honest we're gonna be, but listen,
I'm not.
There was a time,
I'm always 100% honest.
There was a time, and tell me if y'all remember, where Backpages was the Wild Wild West.
Yes,
that shit was the Wild Wild West.
You can buy anything.
Anything. When they, that put a lot of motherfuckers out of business when they shut that Backpages down. But that Backpages was the Wild Wild West. Boy,
hey, can I tell y'all a story about Backpages?
Yes.
First time I ever seen Backpages was in 2012, 2011. I was in jail working at the library. And it was a white dude at the library on the library computers on Backpage.com. So, at the library, everybody can walk behind you and see what the fuck you looking at. So I'm working there, and this dude is literally looking on Backpages.com for hoes. And the pictures was booty pictures, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was butt naked. Like, it wasn't no sensory. They not taking shit down. So my first introduction to Backpage was looking at this pervert, and I'm thinking like, you a perv, fam. You in the middle of the library doing this. So I was kind of mad. And then I, looked again like, hold on, wait, this shit for real. I'm like, what the fuck? So then the librarian told me to go tell him that he got to leave the library and shit. So I had to kick him out the library. But that was my first introduction to Backpages.
When you was working there?
When I was working at the library in jail, and it was not my last. I never called nobody on Backpages, but I used to scroll Backpages. I can't even lie.
What?
I would just scroll Backpages just to look and see.
They did replace it.
Yeah.
I ordered somebody off of Backpages.
Did it work out?
Hell no.
It never worked out.
What wrong? What happened?
Absolutely not. It did not work out.
Why? What happened? What happened?
She was false advertising.
Listen, what I was trying to do is I wanted almost like a triple X rated experience for a bachelor party for my cousin. Right? So instead of getting some strippers, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go on Backpages and find some hoes on Backpages that might bust it wide open for the bachelor party because I was the best man. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, I'm about to turn this bitch up. You know what I mean? So ain't no regular strippers gonna turn this bitch out like I want to. Let me go on Backpages and motherfucking get it popping.
Son. I forgot all about this.
Son, I go on Backpages and I talk to the girl like, yo, this is what I want. I'm trying to get y'all to get loose, get wide open. There's gonna be niggas there spending dough. It's gonna be popping. I'm gonna get a hotel. Where was that hotel? Was that at the Marquette?
Mm-hmm. Downtown.
At the Marquette, nigga, this ill-ass suite. It was a dope suite, right? It was for my cousin's bachelor party. So all the niggas pull up, all of them, you know what I mean? And I had planned everything. I planned this shit when I lived in Vegas, right? And everybody was in Minnesota, but we were all on the same page. Old girl was on the phone, yeah, me and my girl, we gonna bust it wide open. That's what y'all want. That's what y'all want to see, some coochie. Yeah, I'm gonna bust it open. I'm like, yeah. Niggas gonna tip. That's what we want to see. You know what I mean? Bam. They pull up to the suite. Oh my god, nigga, son. These were the most terrible.
one of them was cool. Her friend was all right, but then they had like this kind of big bitch. I don't know if she was like the security or whatever. You know what I mean?
Like the madam or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I bring him in the bedroom so we could talk business. So I'm like, yo, check this out. This is how much money we talked about. Hey, listen, niggas out there gonna tip. And her homegirl was like, this is my first time doing this, and I don't know if I feel comfortable. And I'm like, well, nigga, you need to work this out. Like, we're gonna learn to pay for y'all. Like, half of y'all hoes, like, yo, we gotta get it popping. Long story short, they go out in the living room, niggas start dancing. The one girl gets apprehensive and quits and leaves. So the main girl goes to the security. Butch bitch was like, all right, bitch, you're up. You need to get in the thong. And I'm like, whoa, no, you want to know what? Nah, you know what? Let's just end tonight. You know what I mean? We're cool. Yo, niggas was picking up their dollar on the low off the ground and shit. It was a terrible experience.
I came up that night.
Hey, you know what? That is hilarious. Let me ask you a question.
At the Super 8.
Hey, Reggie, when y'all had this stripper party, what kind of car did you drive? Didn't you have like a Ford?
Or was it my Explorer?
You had an Explorer, I think. Yeah. You had to have a truck.
I don't know.
No, it didn't have no beats in the back. Y'all was downtown.
Durango?
It might have been the Durango because I lived in Vegas and came back.
I just remember the party that y'all talk about now that you said that, because I think I came up to the room before they got there, and I think I smoked with Dwight, and we kicked it because Dwight was there, and then I took your car back, and y'all had some drinks and shit up in the room.
Oh, we had mad drinks in there.
And I remember being drunk, and it was the first time I ever was driving drunk. And I was driving your car, and it was the last time I ever drove. Swear to God, this is the first and last time I ever been kind of drunk, even a little bit driving, because I was driving from that hotel from that night. I just remember that party because you had a truck. And I don't know if it was the Durango or the Explorer, but I believe I was there before y'all had the strippers.
It was the Durango.
Yeah, and I think I drove it back.
I do remember you coming up there.
And I was on the highway drunk as shit all the way back to St. Paul from Minneapolis. Drunk as fuck, just praying to God, sweating and shit. Just, Jesus, please let me make it home. Please let me make it home. God, I'll never drink again. And this ain't even my car, God. This ain't even my car. I was tripping. I was drunk as hell. And ever since that day, I've never, ever drunk and drove. I was scared as shit.
I remember you beating it because when you first walked in the door, I had all the liquor to the left by a Frigidaire, and
it was on like a little table, some shit.
Yeah.
And then it was a nice little room, and I just remember me and Dwight standing over here by Ottoman or something. And Dwight always, man, I love that dude, man, because he know what I need, and he always got me every time.
It's Dwight's birthday today, by the way. Shout out to
it is.
Yeah, I told him.
Shout out to D-White. Oh, man. Happy birthday, Dwight, man. I love that dude, man. Straight up, I love that dude, man. He a good dude, man. I wonder, I'm mad, though, because when I seen him in Hawaii, I didn't notice that he had left some teeth behind in 2012. And I was just wondering, like, where the fuck your teeth go, nigga? And I didn't want to say nothing because we in Hawaii. I'm being nice. But the whole time, I'm just staring at this nigga mouth like, where the fuck is your tooth at, nigga? So y'all gotta tell me what happened to his tooth, because I don't know what happened to the tooth.
The legend is that he was in a fight, and somebody had knocked it out in the fight, but he refuses to get it replaced because he feels it brings sex appeal.
Oh shit!
It's DJ Double OG, man. It's Are You Serious? It's Knee Butt. It's Scooby. It's D Jones. It's the Original Podcast, man. We really just reminiscing and talking and having a good ass conversation.
Right. Shiraz, don't forget you got your backup CBs.
And then, she got to get on camera like I asked 1 hour and 37 minutes ago. Y'all niggas don't want to be on camera. She just laying there.
She working.
Okay.
We work.
She being sexually harassed. That's why she don't want to be on camera. I understand.
You said what?
She got creepy over here looking. I don't understand. That boy eyes, he look like he in a fishbowl. Creepy.com.
Earth tones.
So,
hey, real quick, Dollar, what's some crazy shit you seen when you was driving them taxis?
Everything. You name it, I've seen it.
I used to drive Lyft.
It ain't the same.
Like you see crazy shit like motherfuckers like fucking in the back or drinking and throwing up like.
They was throwing up in your cab and drinking and fucking.
I had a motherfucker throw up, and I stopped, pulled over, did the little app. They charged that motherfucker $150 while he was in the vehicle. I made him clean it up, and then I didn't let him get back in. Don't play no motherfucking games. I don't play that. And
Hold on, wait. What do you mean charge $150?
$150 for cleanup. I took a picture of the throw up in my car. You send it on the app under that person, and they ask you why he was sitting there because he was drunk as a motherfucker. I did all of this while he was sitting there. I was heated. And they hit him for $150 and gave me that $150, and then he couldn't get back in. And he cleaned his own shit up.
That's crazy.
Right. Her son.
No, it's crazy because they paid you for that. Like that shit happened all the time in my cab. I never got paid for picking up throw up.
Really?
Hey, I'll tell y'all a real quick cab story about throw up. Matter of fact, now that we're talking about throw up. Real quick cab story. So I'm driving the cab, this dude and this girl, they leaving from wherever they leaving from. They drunk as shit, right? And they get in the cab. This when I stayed in the Roosevelt townhome, so I'm staying in the projects. So they actually get dropped off in the projects too, but I didn't know that until I got them in my cab. So they in my cab, they going where they going. The bitch throw up in my cab. She like throw up all over inside the cab. She didn't open the door, she didn't roll the window down, just threw up in my cab. So I'm mad. So now I'm like, man, y'all gotta pick that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean that shit up. He like, all right, I'm gonna clean it up. So I pull up to where they from, where they was at, and I let them out, and I ain't clean the shit up, right? So he just got out the cab, paid me, and left. So when I get out, he literally in the Roosevelt townhomes. I'm in this parking lot, and then he's in this parking lot. So literally, I just went home, which is like the next parking lot over, and pulled over, and I seen all the throw up in there. So I'm cleaning out the cab. I'm cleaning all this shit up. This bitch left her iPhone in there. This is like 2012, 2013, right? So I didn't know nothing about iPhones. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about it. I didn't know they had a Find My Phone app on there, right? So the bitch leave the iPhone. So dude calling me because everybody in the hood had my number from driving cabs, right? So he called me like, you see the phone? I'm like, man, you gonna come pick this shit up on my car? He like, yeah, I'm gonna be over there. I'm like, all right, well, come pick this shit up on my car and hang up. He never came and cleaned my cab. So then when he came over to the crib, because he knew where I live, because, you know what I'm saying, we live right next to him. He like, yeah, did you find that phone? I'm like, is you gonna clean my fucking cab? So he ain't never cleaned my cab, so I ain't never answered his question about the phone. So I had the phone the whole time. He called the police. The police pull up to my door. They knock on the door. Now, mind you, we living in the projects. So I'm not even supposed to be on the lease, period. Like, I'm not supposed to live there. You know what I'm saying? It's public housing. So it's just under Trisha name. So I ain't supposed to live there at all. So I don't really want the police called over there for me. And they see I'm over here every day anyway. If my name on the mailbox, they'll kick her out. Like, it's serious. So the police come. They like, we looking for the phone. I take the phone. I throw it in the trash can because I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't know. I cleaned the car up. I ain't see it. Maybe it's in the trash in the back. And some of the trash that I picked up from cleaning the cab out because they threw up. He like, yeah, it says it's inside your house right now. I'm like, y'all can't tell. I'm like, y'all don't. That shit can't tell you if it's in my house or not. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? It can't tell you. It say it can tell you up to 800 feet. I'm like, well, 800 feet is a lot of motherfucking feet in my crib. Long story short, I tell the police, get the fuck out my face. They close the door and they walk away. And I just left the phone in the trash can and I took the trash out. So I never even got the phone because I was paranoid about the police tracking the iPhone. Plus, I just got out of prison less than a year ago. So I mean jail. So I knew like, nigga, anything over 300, that's a felony. I ain't trying to catch no charge.
You don't steal iPhones and you don't steal Apple laptops because in MacBooks you can literally take a picture of somebody and it'll close off and you don't need internet or Wi-Fi. They can automatically send that stuff up. So yeah, don't.
Yeah, so this was like 2012 though. That's when like the iPhones was just popping.
You gotta steal.
So you gotta steal?
Yeah, it's the American. That's what this country was founded on.
Stealing.
It wasn't.
Stealing.
It wasn't.
You're right. You're right.
Every aspect was stolen.
Even the land. Even the land.
The land, the culture, the people.
Yeah, I've had people have sex in the back of my cab before. I had people smoke crack in my cab before. I had people sell drugs in my cab. I've had people smoke weed in my cab, get drunk in my cab, throw up in my cab, shit in my cab, piss in my cab. I've had a pregnant woman in my cab. Well, you know, I drove cabs there 7 years, like 7 years, so I had a lot. And I was in real cabs. It wasn't no Uber or Lyft, so you just picking motherfuckers off the street. You know what I'm saying? And you just never know what you gonna get. They don't know you, you don't know them. You know what I'm saying? We just hope this nigga take me where I gotta go. And hope this motherfucker don't rob me while I'm in there.
Right.
I done had motherfuckers, yeah. I ain't never got robbed. I done had people jump out my cab before though. But, like, you can tell who gonna jump out your cab, niggas. Before they get in your cab, niggas. That's really who you afraid of when you get in the cab. Everybody else usually be cool. Like, I never had no problem with nobody else other than niggas. Niggas be the only motherfuckers give you problems in the cab, for real. And it's sad to say that. I don't want to sound racist, but when you see a black person, you be like, fuck. Because first of all, you know you're not getting a tip. You got to hope that they giving you all your money as is. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing a nigga want to do is complain about the price of something. As soon as they get in your cab, they complaining about how much it costs. They don't want to take $5. I don't know. You only taking me this far. Why I got to give you $5? Because the bitches cost $250 just for you to get in the motherfucker. And it's $250 a month.
The older I get, the more I subscribe to Dez's theory of tipping. Like, I shouldn't be responsible for paying my fare and your pay at the same time. Like, we gotta pick one. Like, I shouldn't. Like, your company should pay you enough. I shouldn't have to pay for my services and pay for the tip. I shouldn't be responsible for your salary. Like, that's weird to me.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because I worked in a tip base, you know what I'm saying?
I get
business,
it. I'm just saying
I definitely tip. But yeah, it's a weird because it don't make no sense because like, why do I that's how I kind of feel when I go to a restaurant.
Yeah,
like why do I have to pay you 15%? And your job is to bring me this shit.
Yep.
And
why do I have to give you
millions of dollars at that company? Or they're making a lot of money usually.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely felt both ways, but I'll tell you like this.
When did tipping go from 10% to 20%? That's another question I gotta ask. Because I remember back in the day, it was 10% was the tip. Then it jumped to 20. When did that happen? Who authorized this?
Damn, I thought it was 15%. I didn't know it was 20%.
It done popped up to 20.
Hold on, so you ain't tipping at all?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't tip at restaurants. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tip at restaurants if I'm out with somebody or something, just so I can avoid the conversation.
If you with somebody else, yeah.
Yeah, but as Red said, like, I honestly feel, let's be clear, like, that the United States is like one of the only countries, you know what I mean, that tips. Like, you go to like Germany, you know, to the UK, like things like that. They don't believe in tipping, right? And why they don't believe in tipping is because those establishments pay their servers a living wage. Now, here's what I will say. I do understand in my crusade of fuck tipping that the servers are collateral damage, right? I understand that wholeheartedly. However, I do fundamentally believe that, hey, it's not my responsibility to pay your worker's salary, and don't try to guilt me into doing it. As opposed to me having to tip them, fucking pay these people a living wage, right? Like, pay these people more, and don't just say, hey, I'm going to give you less than minimum wages, smack them on the ass and say, you want to know what? Good luck out there getting those tips, right? Because it's bullshit, right? The studies have shown that sometimes they'll try to sell you, like, if you give really, really good service, you're going to get a big tip. You know what I mean? Where that's not the case, right? Studies show that on average, people tip what they tip, period, right? Like, unless you get like super terrible service, like if your standard is, just call it 15%, you're going to tip 15%, unless, you know what I mean, the service was super terrible. So again, like, do what everybody else does in capitalism, right? Which is raise the cost of the product, right? Pass that cost on to the consumer, and then pay your employees what they deserve. Yes. Like, when I go buy some jeans, you know what I mean? It's not like I go buy some jeans, or I go buy whatever at Target, and I go to the checkout line. They be like, "Hey, your shirt will be $8.99, and did you want to tip the stock boy $2 for doing this?" No, right? They don't do that. They fucking raise the price of the shirt so then they can pay the stock boy. So that's what I say to
just
food,
pay
right?
the stock boy instead of having to raise the prices, because you
Right,
don't
like
need to raise the damn prices. Y'all make
They don't need to raise the prices. I agree. They need to just stop being damn greedy. Because the shit already.
Let me ask you this.
That's where the NCAA, that's how they did it to them kids. Instead of the colleges paying the kids, they said tip them. Get endorsement money, get endorsement deals. So the colleges still don't pay the kids. The colleges still don't distribute any money. They don't lose a dollar. Nothing happened to them. They still make money off of the jersey sales, and the kids get literally nothing. But then they say, well, you got to go make your own money. I made my money. What are you talking about? I just ran 100 yards today. I shouldn't have to worry about Domino's or Quiznos giving me gift cards for the rest of my life. Nigga.
Like I should be tipping out the benevolence of my heart, and not because I'm guilted into it. You know what I mean? Like when I tell people like I don't tip, it's like, oh my gosh, and they clutch their pearls like, oh my, you don't tip? What? Don't you know these people, that's what they live on? Yeah, I was a server. Like, I get it, but like society has like put us in a position to where like a motherfucker will guilt you into tipping, and I don't think that's cool, right? Again, pay these people. Pay them.
Ask y'all this about tipping. Because I seen something and I felt bad. I kind of agree with Dez as far as guilt tipping. I think it's like natural that you just also. Damn, that made hell of a difference, Nee.
I didn't even realize it was so dark in here.
Hell of a difference. Like, yeah, but I think I guilt tip. Also, I tip because I'm black. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it's a guilt tip because I feel like even if they give me poor service, they expect, because like I just said, driving cabs, I expect, being in the service industry, when I see niggas, I'd expect them not to tip me. That's what I usually expect. When I see niggas, I don't expect to tip when I was driving cabs. When I see white people, usually they gonna tip me. If you see Mexicans, they probably
as a manager of a
you.
restaurant, I mean, you got to just say it. Yeah, normally, as a manager of a restaurant, and I've had several servers that I've had to help wipe the tears from their eyes. But yes, usually black folks don't tip, or don't tip much when we go to restaurants.
Yeah, so I feel like out of guilt, I have to tip because I don't want to look like the nigga that don't tip. So Trisha, my wife, she don't play that shit. She like, bitch, get that bitch $4 and have a nice day. I'd be like, $4, you got to get a bitch at least $10, $20 tip. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not, but that's not your responsibility.
Like, it's not, but that's how you feel, and that's how I feel because I'm black, and that's how I feel, you know what I'm saying, going to a restaurant. I just feel like as a black man, I got to come in here and I got to tip you. But you right. Like, bitch, you get paid by the hour. You don't get paid by the tip. So just because they don't pay you no money, that ain't my fault.
$2 an hour. $2.50 in North Carolina.
That's illegal like a motherfucker. Federal minimum wage is $4.75.
$3 as a server.
Not in North Carolina, they make $2.42. Tonio was away for every bit of 2 days or 3 days.
Servers don't have to go by the minimum wage.
Or a waiter. I was a waiter or whatever. Yeah, nigga, I made like $3.
Tonio worked.
Yeah, servers don't go by minimum wage.
TGI Fridays for like 2 days. He came home. He's like, him and Jamie had their own spot. He said, "Mom, these motherfuckers want to give me $2 or something. So I ain't going back there."
Yeah, servers don't have to go by the minimum wage because they get commission based, or they're commission based, or incentive based.
And you work too hard for some commission.
So when you're incentive based, then technically your income is unlimited.
No, that's bogus.
Where it came from, right?
Hold on. Now, I'm sorry, Jess Jones. Let me ask Reggie, because you made a point, and as a manager, let me ask your opinion. How much is this company's making every night? So, like Buffalo Wild Wings, how much is you making on a regular night at Buffalo Wild Wings? When you counting the drawer?
Saturday, you can clear for the entire day because you have shifts. You literally have to do the deposit each shift and cash out each shift. For Buffalo Wild Wings, nigga, you take a UFC night, easily 20
bands. Now,
because the bar is the biggest hustle, and a lot of people don't understand this. Alcohol you make the most money out from alcohol, and that's why you sell it. Because you can take a $10 bottle and make at least $300 off that $10 bottle. That's where the hustle is. That's why people try to sell alcohol the most. That's why they try to have those promotions. That's why they have all them fruity drinks. I'm gonna fill that drink with as much crap outside of liquor as possible, so that way that one shot, that little shot, is gonna cost you $20, $15, $17, when it really only cost me $1. Not even that. Not even $1.
See, that's what I would think, right?
Because you're getting it wholesale. So like, I'm going to break it down to you. The thing is based off of like everything, especially for a restaurant, is so much cheaper because you have to make it there, and it's all in bulk, especially for chain restaurants. So for chain restaurants, their purchase price is based off of all the restaurants, not just that individual one. So you're not just buying it for your restaurant, you're buying it for all the Buffalo Wild Wings in northeastern United States, or whatever the case may be, right? So you get that lower price based off of everybody's sales and everybody's purchases. So if it's frozen, if it's fresh, whatever the case may be, the beer vendors, they're competing against different beer vendors to get theirs on the tap. So you have that competitive pricing of getting that. The alcohol is already dirt cheap. Alcohol is dirt cheap. Once again, you can go to the store right now and get a bottle of Ciroc for $200 or for $20, $30, right? But then you go to a club or whatever the case may be, you get one drink and it costs how much? $10, $20.
How much?
But the bottle costs $10, $20, $30.
Like $400.
But the bottle of Ciroc costs $500, $600. No, that's the cheap bottle.
$600,
$600, yeah, $500, $600 for a bottle of Ciroc. So even when you get that cheap stuff, like even when you get like the rail, I love serving rail liquor, because that rail liquor is really $3 a bottle. I'm not even exaggerating. It's like $3-4 a bottle, because you're buying thousands of bottles between the different businesses, and then you're distributing them out. So like for Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff like that, they're making crazy money. So the food cost of a business, so food cost is how much it costs for the food and how much it costs for liquor, stuff like that, is usually 10 to 15% of the profits. You add, and then your labor cost is maybe 10% of the in a restaurant, you want to be around that 10 to 15% for labor, and then you want to be around 10 to 15% for food costs. So they're making 70% profit off of everything.
But that profit got to pay for the insurance and the upkeep and the building.
They already got that budgeted in there.
So that's budgeted in there. So then you take another. That's only usually 10 to 15%. So you're making basically 50%. So 60
so it
to
goes
50%.
back to saying that they're being greedy because they can pay.
Because it's all about balancing the books.
They're fucking the servers, period. Right?
Like
so they can easily make
servers, period, point blank. You know what I mean? But just kind of put a ball on this. Like, we got to understand, like where it originated from. And I'm, this is, just super, loosely or paraphrasing, but like back in the day before Prohibition, like if you had money, right, or shit like that, used to try to pay to get better service or a better seat in these lounges, and it wouldn't necessarily work. It was after Prohibition, right? So Prohibition happens, and after Prohibition, what ends up happening is that these bars, these restaurants are starting to lose money. So now they encourage those servers and the waiters and waitresses like, hey, listen, I essentially don't really have the money to pay you like I used to because of Prohibition. You might want to start taking this money that they were offering you before to get a better table, a better whatever, right? Like, you should probably start taking that money because they didn't have it to give to them. And after Prohibition was over, as opposed to ending tipping, the restaurants found it more advantageous to, well, shit, I'm going to keep paying you this bullshit and you get paid off this tipping so I can continue to make more money, right? And to me, that's
an issue. 5 servers and literally pay them the amount of one person.
Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue.
And then when you get paid electronically as well, like if you pay through the credit card, then now those go to your taxes. So you get taxed for that money at a different rate. So it's called
why it's better to leave cash when you tip instead.
So yeah, so like when you get bonus,
they're not getting that way.
Like when I get my bonus, for example, I get taxed at a supplemental income. There you go. So you
like
get higher
38%,
supplemental income rate. No,
it's
like 40 or 50. So they taking like half of that joint. I just got my bonus.
And
they took almost half of that joint.
Yeah, they took part of mine. We just got our bonus too. Yep.
Did you know them strippers had me fill some tax forms out from Craigslist?
They had an I-9, you know. They had to do their business, right? They had an I-9 for them.
No, they was independent contractors.
You paid it? You filled it out for real?
No, I'm fucking with you, man.
No, I'm just saying, like you.
Nobody
got a PPP loan on your ass right now.
Yo, shout out to him, man. I hope you're doing well.
Biden coming for you right
I
now.
had permission to date a 24-year-old, right? That's what y'all said last week.
You goddamn right you do.
As long as they can drive, they can ride. Ain't that your terms?
How old is Robert?
What did that have to do? What did that have to do with anything?
Robert's 28.
Robert's grown.
Mm-hmm. Too bad that boy ain't.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no. 24 is good. I think that's an age good.
I think it's really good.
No, you want to know? I think it's dope for you just to kind of give you like a little bit of perspective and almost looks like a time machine to take you back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Turned all the way up. Yes.
Yeah.
All the way up.
I mean, minus the drama, right? Minus the drama, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if there's any drama.
He's 24. I don't know if he has drama yet. I haven't ran into it. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he's, he's got to have. He's not ugly, so he's probably dating somebody.
Let me ask you a question. What you gonna do with a 24-year-old? Like seriously, only thing you can do with dude is take him out on dates and fuck on him. It's sex and dates. That's it. You're not finna make no relationship. You're not finna marry him. He not finna marry you. Like, you just gotta be real. As long as your expectations are realistic, I don't matter how old they is. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have realistic expectations about what y'all really gonna do.
I think we're just gonna be goofy and have fun because he's cute.
That's gotta be it.
Because he said it too. He was like, "What you want with me?"
Yeah, because what you gonna do?
Because he told me 27, but I be digging. So when I dug, I found out he's 24. So that was lie one. You ain't got a lie to kick it. It was 27 to 24. That was a whole 3 years you had to lie about it.
Hold on, that nigga can't even get car insurance.
That's a big difference.
No, you can't rent a car.
Yeah, you gotta be 25.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Like that. But he's very handsome, and he don't look
crazy.
But you said, what did he do?
But I think you guys can fall in love.
I think that there could be potential to have a lot of fun and hang out and be cool.
This is what I gotta say.
But I don't say
slow down. I just wanna get to know you. But don't turn around, cause that pretty brown thing looks good to him. Ooh, slow down. Slow down, bro. Don't go too fast. Don't rush. No. Don't fall in love.
Bullshit.
Take your time.
No. Listen. Time is arbitrary. Time is arbitrary, right? Like, there's no specific amount of time that says, hey, I have to talk to you or date you for this amount of time before I love you or before I move in with you. Like, time is completely arbitrary. Go off energy. And if your energy tells you after 48 hours, like, yo, this the one, then that's the one. Like, go off energy.
You know what? Des gives good advice for people who look for bad advice. If you're looking for bad advice, you should listen to him because he gives the best bad advice ever. There's absolutely a time frame that you have to get. When you find out, it's not a time frame per se, but there is a time that you have to spend with somebody to get to know them, right? On a whole nother level. Because, and then eventually, let me put it like this. It's a nasty example, but I get this example. A bitch ain't gonna have her period panties laying around on the floor when you come over to her house the first couple times y'all on a date. But eventually, if you over there long enough, you gonna see them motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by time. You really got to get to know a motherfucker before you can really, I don't know, say you really love them.
You know, I hear a stand. So let me give you this example how I look at it. And let's be clear, there's not a right or wrong answer to this. You know what I mean? But for me, I look for the standard, not the time. Right? So the example I always use is being in the Army, right? So let's say deal double. I need to teach you how to clean your weapon, right? I need to teach you how to clean your weapon, and I'm gonna block off an hour. I'm gonna block off an hour. right? If you meet the standard of cleaning your weapon in 30 minutes, what I'm not going to do is just fucking push it to an hour, right? You've met the standard in 30 minutes, but if you haven't met the standard in 30 minutes, I'm then going to go past the 30 minutes, right? So that's why I say time is arbitrary. Set your standards, whatever they are. Like, in order for me to feel a particular way about somebody, A, B, C, and D probably need to be accomplished. And if somebody accomplishes those A, B, C, and D, nigga, in a fucking month, then they've accomplished them in a month. If they've accomplished them in a fucking 2 weeks, then it's been 2 weeks. But that's why I say, like, time is arbitrary when it comes to people, right? Like, feel your
That's
feel.
a good panty dropper for you, huh? That's how you getting them draws earlier than she really wanted to give them to you, because you give her that and she thinks about it like, he's right. I only been on him for 4 hours, but
That's not a panty dropper at all. Wait, hold on. Wait. Turn the camera. Them drop your panties.
Nigga, if you don't, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all need Jesus and a role model. Who do you look up to in life, huh?
Yo, but that's real.
Who do you focus on?
But that's real. Like, why? Yo, that's one of my pet peeves in life. Yo, it's God, I hate that shit, right? Like, when motherfuckers be like, yo, I don't know if I could feel this way about a person because I've just only known them for like 2 weeks. Well, maybe your standard was met in 2 weeks. What is the fucking problem, right? Like,
well, the problem is that when in a lot of relationships, and I was saying it the other day, is when people stop playing games and acting like a relationship is Monopoly to see who can beat who and who does what and try to figure something out, then you'll actually be in a relationship. Right. But as soon as y'all stop trying to decode and play this game called love, or play the relationship game of who's doing what or how I can be on top or he ain't gonna fool me, then you'll be fine. But a lot of times people are always playing the game. Well, see, I'm not gonna do this because then that'll tell me this, and then I don't know. Just stop it. Once you stop doing that, then you'll be fine. But when you continue to play those games, well, I'm going to see what he does when I do this. And then that'll tell me what I need to know. No, it won't. It'll tell me that you're getting on my nerves and I need to go. That's what it'll do.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Those games is a problem.
I agree. I think that, like I said, my friend he's 24. So we're just going to be cool and friends. He even said, he was like, what you want with me? I was like, I don't know. We'll see. Like, you're the one that's 24.
Love is fluid. Love
you know
is
what I'm
fluid.
saying? We'll see. We get along. But then I met a guy yesterday that's 51.
Ooh, Papa.
Yeah, I told you. I'm looking for a Papa. He was 51.
Oh,
and he happened to know some of our cousins and stuff like that, because, you know, some of our family here from out of town. So they were in the spot that I was in, and then they knew one of our cousins. And I was like, okay, you know, my cousin, then let me talk to you. I gave him time of the day. Once my cousin was like, yeah, all right. Then he said he knew another friend, and I asked that friend about him. I said, should I talk to this dude, or should I give him rocks now? You know what I'm saying? And they was just like, no, he's good people. He works hard. They was talking good about him. So I chopped it up with him. And so far, he seems like a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I'll let him take me out. I will.
Them niggas, old niggas be having worms sometimes. Man, you gotta be careful.
But see, that's how I was thinking about with me with 24. Like,
kidney stones, more kidney stones than worms.
I'm 40.
The 24-year-old might have
definitely them old niggas be having kidney stones.
The young nigga
them old niggas be having kidney stones. They don't got worms.
So am I the 46-year-old lady that got worms for Mr. 24 then?
But you got worms.
No, they have chlamydia and gonorrhea.
Old people have worms, what they say. So I'm older than him. So
old people got worms.
It was funny. Me and him was FaceTime when we talk all the time. He FaceTimes, right? He's a FaceTimer. So we're FaceTiming, and his homeboy did like this to look on the FaceTime and was like, "Damn, dude, she cute." And he was like, "Get off my phone!" Like, you know, like he was like, "How are you doing? I'm older."
That was inappropriate.
When you get to a certain age, nigga, you just shoot your shot.
You know.
All right, let's get into it. It's our favorite segment of the day, our favorite segment of the podcast. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that because it may not be everybody's favorite segment, but it's my favorite segment. It's D Jones Reviews with D Jones Movie Reviews. What's up, bro?
Oh, peace, brother. Peace, man. Yo, listen, check this out, man. Oh, I was about to. I didn't know exactly what you was doing at first. I thought you was raising the roof. No, buddy. What is good, people? Listen, man, the film we're going to be getting into this week is Quarantine Babe, made in 2021. Yo, when I'm done with this review, what I want to know from y'all is if y'all had, or did you know somebody that had like a little quarantine thing? You know what I mean? Like, did you know, or did you get you some sneaky link, or did you know someone pushing that pandemic penis? You know what I mean? So when I'm done with this review, that's the question I'm going to ask. Anyways, let's jump into the plot. So after two neighbors find themselves forced into a lockdown, they take comfort in getting to know one another better through a budding romance. The film was directed by LaThomas Lee and Donald K. Murphy II. All right, so here goes the cast. First and foremost, we have Asia Jade. She plays the role of Nija. Next is LaThomas Lee playing the role of Quincy. Next is Courtney Arlette playing the role of Xavier. And lastly is old Lyric London playing the role of Zoe. So now it's time to move on to the hits and the misses. And as always, we're going to start with the hits. So first and foremost, the score to this movie, it was beautiful. Like, they had some super dope tracks throughout the film. Like, it was a super nice vibe. Like, it gave you that vibe, especially like the opening scene, like that sets the tone for a romance type, movie, which I really appreciated. Next, I thought this movie was shot beautifully, and whoever was in charge of scouting locations, great job, y'all. You killed it, because the locations in this film were beautiful. And lastly, Quincy and Nija, those two, they stole the show. Like, they had incredible chemistry. Like, I really honestly enjoyed watching them play off one another and how organic it was. However, just with the hits, we got to move on to the misses. So, boy, hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. Listen, I thought through some of the portions of this movie, this shit moved just slow as hell, right? Like, it took forever to get to the point, which actually leads me to my next point. In my opinion, the subplot of Quincy potentially being gay and in a relationship with Zoe, to only find out that Quincy's not gay and Zoe is really his brother, it felt pointless, right? It felt pointless because it added nothing to the overall story. If Quincy was feeling Nija from the jump and she thought that he was gay and he knew that, fam, just tell her you're not gay. Problem solved. I have no clue why that was drug out as long as it was. My G, tell her you're not gay, that's your brother, and move on. It didn't make any sense. And lastly, the lack of focus on the relationship and its eventual decline of Nija and her live-in doctor boyfriend, Anthony, was a huge miss in my opinion, right? I would have loved to see an exploration on Anthony and what he was on, right? And how his double life acted as the catalyst that eventually propelled Nija to fall for Quincy. Instead, we only seen that brother Anthony in the beginning of the movie when Nija, when he had told Nija he had to go to the hospital and treat and deal with all the COVID cases. And my man never came back to the crib at all, right? They had a couple FaceTime calls, but that was it. And I'm about to give everybody some free game, right? Because this touched my soul. So I'm about to give you some free game, right? Listen, if you are married or even living with a sister, you know what? I dare you. I dare you to leave the house and be gone as long as Anthony was. Listen, you come back to the crib, nigga, it's all bad for you. Hey, don't do what Anthony does at all. Take care of your woman. So check this out, man. At the end of the day, here's the thing. Quarantine Bait isn't a bad movie. I just think that this is an unfortunate example of a great concept producing a lackluster result. This joint felt all over the place. And honestly, there were some points where I was like, for real confused. Like in the third act, when Nyjah comes over to Quincy's house and she explains to Quincy, hey, I have a man. I know I shouldn't have been kicking it with you as much as I have been, and that's my bad. Quincy agrees, but he does express to her, like, listen, I do have feelings for you, and I'm feeling you, but I respect that you have a man, and I know that you're not a cheater. Not to mention, that shit came out of thin air, like, sure, whatever. And on top of that, Quincy comes out and says, oh, yeah, and by the way, I'm a virgin anyway, so I wouldn't know what to do with a woman anyways. Where the fuck did this come from? Like, what are we doing? And just as soon as they say that, Nyjah walks up to Quincy, starts rubbing him all seductively on his arms, talking about, I can show you what to do with the woman because you're a virgin, and then brings him in the back so she can give him that cat ass, Mufasa. What are we doing? Like, that was a beautiful moment, right? Like, that was some adult shit, right? Like, it was almost like a Shakespearean tragedy in terms of, like, they both want each other but can't have each other because of the circumstances. And Nyjah was like, no, come get this goddamn Hot Pocket. It made that really incredible scene completely useless. Like, I don't get it. However, let me give you some more game, especially to Quincy in this situation. Player, listen, hey, take it from me. The same way that you got her is probably going to be the exact same way that you lose her. All right? Stay woke, player. Hey, take it from me. Listen, this is not to say there weren't any bright spots in this movie, right? Like the score, they killed it. Perfect selections. Also thought the conversation between Zoe and Quincy about love, that was real. That was sincere. Zoe also had a conversation with Nyjah that was just as meaningful. Those were beautiful moments, right? That is incredible writing. It was organic. It was beautiful. I just wish this film would have been able to tie all of that together and give us a natural love story that was conceived in the pandemic. With all that being said, let's take it to the Blackfish rating. What you guys got?
As a brother that watched the movie, I would personally say I would give this, I give it like 2.5 fists.
Okay.
2.5 fists, maybe 3 if it ended differently. If they would have had a little bit more oomph at the end, I give it a 3 easy. But I give it a 2.5 fists only because of that. And I actually liked it. It wasn't bad. I watched it. I think they needed more of the brother.
They did. I agree with you.
Because he was funny. The gay brother, that dude had me rolling.
He was the best one in there, to be honest with you.
But yeah, he was funny to me. So I think they needed him in there a little bit more because he was hilarious. But yeah, I say about 2.5. I give it 2.5, but a solid 2.
The way you describe it, I would say a 3. It seems very interesting. Now I want to watch it because I want to listen to the context that he said, I've never had sex before. And then she was like, oh, I'll give it to you.
No, like he was legit. It was legit. Like he stopped. They were about to get it in and he stopped them. So that's when they were having the conversation. What is it, like a day or two later? Or something like that?
Or a couple of days or a couple of weeks or something. I don't know.
Something like that. Some time later after that, why they just stopped, and he was like, listen, the reason why, because I'm a virgin. I ain't never been with no woman.
Because if a dude told me he was a virgin, I would probably try to teach him. So that's a lie.
But okay, that's fair. But before that, she was talking about, hey, I got a man, and you know what? I shouldn't be doing this, and I'm sorry. And then the dude, the nigga Quincy literally says, you know what? I respect you for that because you're not a cheater.
And then
2 seconds later, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat.
Because you intrigued her. You were just like you're a virgin. She wanted to teach him.
I'm thinking two-fister. I'm thinking two-fister.
So, here we go. I am giving Quarantine Bae the Black Fist rating of 2 Black Fists. Yeah, like it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. And you want to know what? Let me keep it 100. I really left a lot of shit out of that review because like it got like trapped in the closet, fucking crazy, right? Like, nigga, this nigga Quincy, like gets her pregnant, fucking and like proposes to her. She accepts the proposal. Keeping in mind, nigga, she still got a whole man over there, right? They go over to her sister's house and come to find out the doctor, who we all forgot about because we ain't seen him since the beginning of the film, the doctor was dating Quincy's sister this entire time, but using an alias. And because he was using
that was the husband. That was her husband.
The husband, boyfriend, whoever the fuck he was.
That's what it was. So it was so it was the what's the dude's name? The main character guy.
Quincy?
What's his name? Quincy. It was the main character guy's sister's house. And her husband was the dude that she was dating and said that he couldn't come back over because that was her boyfriend. So he was like, nah, I'm in quarantine at the office at work, so I can't come back over. Lo and behold, he had a whole family that happened to be her new dude's sister. Like it was his brother-in-law the whole time, but no one saw him the entire movie, and that's why they did it that way. So you can't see him because if they would have seen each other across paths, he'd have been like, yo, what you doing over here?
Nigga, that shit was too much.
Nigga, what is it on?
That shit was too much.
I just think they should have focused on that whole situation where it all came, because that should have been the climax.
I agree with you, Reg. I agree with you.
That should have been the climax, and then everything happens after that. When you find out that your ex-boyfriend is actually your new boyfriend's brother-in-law, and the whole time that y'all was dating and together, and he was trying to get you pregnant, he had a whole family because they were trying to get pregnant.
What's it on, guys? Hulu, Netflix,
Tubi, Tubi.
Okay, I'm gonna go to.
Yeah, and you want to know what, man? Like again, man. Let me be clear. Like I'm not shitting on this film. Like I do believe,
I like it.
Yo, this shit had potential, and I think that Quarantine Bae shit is super relatable. Like super relatable. Listen, let me be unequivocally clear here. I know somebody personally who had a whole bunch of or some goddamn quarantine dick for real. Like, let's be clear. Oh yeah, buddy. Like, let's be clear. However, nigga, this shit was just all over the place. Like I said in my review, like, Reg, what did that subplot of him possibly being gay do for the entire film? Nothing.
I guess it was more of just another type of barrier between their relationship of not
it was a stupid
barrier.
It was
even
stupid.
though it wasn't realistic, and then him not saying that he was like it was weird because they did address it and said like, yo, I never speak on if that's my brother or my boyfriend, which is weird in itself.
Which is stupid, by the way.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, because he was calling him handsome. Like if another man came up to me talking about handsome and you won't say nothing, and you be like, all right, man, I gotta go. Bye. Yeah, that's gonna be some problems. No, that's my brother. Don't worry about. Oh, okay.
He just let that shake. And shout out to the LGBT Q plus community. I'm not shitting on, but yo, it didn't make any sense because you're letting your brother paint this like narrative like he's not your brother and that y'all are fucking.
Dollar, imagine you talking to a chick and I come in a purple furry vest twirling, and I'm like, "Hey, handsome."
Hold on, wait. That's something I would do to you, though.
But I'm just saying, he's saying, "Hey, handsome, you coming home tonight?" And you like, "I gotta go, bye," and you don't say nothing else. You just
right.
Say,
hold on, yeah, you definitely gonna say something like, "That's my brother. He played too much."
That's what I'm saying.
That's the first thing I would have said.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But they did it in a way so they made it so it was a barrier between the relationship, even though they could have done something different.
It was a stupid one. It was wasted. Like I said, they would have been better off showing my man Anthony motherfucking creeping. Right? And because here's the thing, they made it seem like Nyjah was fucking naive in that she was okay with this nigga saying, "Hey, babe, I know it's 3 weeks later, but I can't come home, baby. I gotta stay here." And Nyjah was like, "Yeah, no, I understand." Like that shit was whack. Like investigate that more than the gay brother that he's not fucking. That shit was stupid. Stupid as
if they would have made it so like some of the pieces started coming together, or she would have suspected something. And then at that climax part where they all met in the kitchen, then it was like bam, and then after the after effects of what happened with the brother and the sister. I mean, what happened with everybody married? What happened with the kids? Did they get divorced? Did they stay together? Are they now cool? Are they not cool? Like they didn't touch on none of that. They just said
maybe that's why
later.
She couldn't get pregnant because he wasn't really, you know what I mean? Like it could have went so many different ways, but you're sitting there focusing on this fake ass, is he down low or is he not fucking storyline, and that shit
for the most of the movie,
whack, I thought. It didn't do anything for the film.
And the fact that she was so quick to lie, let me rephrase this too. So, because I forgot about that point, nigga, when they was about to start kissing, and then the brother and the sister came home, and then they came from the back room, and she was like, "I would never disrespect y'all's relationship."
That's real. That's real.
She was so quick to just blatantly lie and be so smooth with it.
That shit just touched my soul.
And the dude just stood there like, okay, and like that didn't bother him at all.
How quick she was to lie?
Be so quick to just mess up that like you see what I'm trying to say. Like if you was about to smash and then somebody like, "I would never do that to nobody." Like, yo, we can never be in a relationship.
Like that lie came too quick. Like that means you had that shit stored up.
But it was so confident.
Yeah.
It was one of them like, I would never disrespect your relationship anyways because you gay, so I wouldn't even do nothing. If you thought he was gay, you were still trying to get poopy dick on your lips. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I said it. He's a camera off.
Oh my God! What did you just say? That's hilarious. You said poopy dick. That's funny.
Well, I'm gonna watch that movie tonight.
Yeah, no. You should absolutely check it out. Quarantine Bay is not bad. Like I said, it has potential.
I like it.
All right, this DJ Double OG. We got Are You Serious? We got Scooby. We got D Jones. It's been a real one, man. It's been a decent episode, man. I don't even think we gotta add nothing else to it. Any last word?
Yeah, I'm ordering Wingstop right now. This is gonna be
let me ask y'all a question real quick.
I got the Wingstop right. I'm ordering me some Wingstop right now. Nigga, I'm hungry.
This is the question that came up, and it's the last question, and we're done. Bone in or bone out?
Bone in.
Bone in.
Bone in.
You might.
I'm bone out.
You go on a date and you order boneless wings. That'll be your last date.
No,
so I'm chicken fingers, boneless chicken all day.
Right.
I do not like chicken with the bone on it.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if you went on a date with a nice young lady, y'all went to a restaurant.
I'm definitely ordering chicken tenders
or boneless wings.
Yes.
She probably wouldn't go on a second date with you.
That's a problem. Yeah,
just stick to the burger.
Wait, if we have Buffalo Wild Wings, though, she might accept the boneless wings because of the location.
No, specifically because you're at Buffalo Wild Wings. Specifically because you're at Buffalo Wild Wings. Why are you getting boneless wings? What are you saying?
Listen, I'm a grown man, but I think if I'm just trying to eat the chicken, right, why do I need the bone? I can just eat the chicken.
You're going to eat more bone with that chicken nugget than you are going to eat with the regular chicken wing.
But the bone that with the chicken nugget don't taste like a bone. It tastes like chicken.
I'm just saying, they grind all that up.
That's a fact.
Put it in the batter. Bang.
Hey, I don't care. I want me some chicken breast.
Has anybody had the Cajun fried corn at Wingstop right quick?
No.
Do I need this?
Do you guys got fire wings?
I've never ate at
in
Wingstop.
Miami?
Okay, thank you. Fire wings.
Wingstop I have, but I never ate.
You guys have fire wings? Oh my God, this place is amazing.
It's definitely bone out, y'all tripping, fam. It's DJ Double OG. I can't believe I'm related to these bone in people. That is disgusting, fam. Bone in.
Blue cheese or ranch? Blue cheese or ranch?
Ranch. Blue cheese got something in it.
Blue cheese.
It's got blue cheese in it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't like
blue
that.
Cheese.
It's chunky.
I don't do ranch. I'm not hood.
I'll take the ranch.
I'm sophisticated.
I'd rather take hot sauce. I'd rather take hot sauce. I'll take hot sauce. All right, man. I gotta go.
Right,
I love y'all.
Hey, can I clear something out?
Hey, check my radio show out, 94.1
what?
FM.
Yes.
I want to clear something up on the outro.
You do what?
I want to clear something up on the outro.
Yes, clear something up.
Listen, I don't believe in trains or multiple things like that, man. I am a good Christian boy, and shout out to everybody that likes that. It's just not me. It's not my thing. So please, blessings.
And I don't believe in being pimped and pimping people and all that other stuff, driving hoes around so they can get there safe. I don't believe in that. I'm just a good old Christian girl. You know what I'm saying? It's just me.
Thank you. That's all I got.
All right. Are you serious? Any last words?
Yeah, I'm tired of niggas being full of shit. But anyways, enough about me. Yeah, shout out to the world.
I love
I'm
y'all.
about to go get some sand from Home Depot.
My last words of the day is y'all have a great day. Stay safe. Stay dangerous.
Yo, love you, man. Y'all be good.
Be prepared. Stay prepared. Like Nita say, stay ready.
Stay
all right,
woke.
I love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.